See, we didn't take the sound off before we started it. Let me just do that over again. Thank you, Stanley. How long was I doing that? This is probably about a minute. All right. Okay. So we're starting over. Hey, everybody. What's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening on your Tuesday evening? Hope you're having a good one. We're going to tell you tonight about something I'm very excited to tell you about, and that is, of course, the TV series Dark Shadows on ABC from about 1965 to 1971. Super cool, super awesome, super fun. I've been watching them nonstop on Tubi for about the last 5 or 6 days. Hope you're going to enjoy it as well. Please, those of you watching and listening right now, like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell, all those free things you can do to serve the algorithm, the almighty, all-powerful, all-seeing algorithm, which, by the way, wasn't smart enough to tell me my sound was off. So really, AI, I'm not impressed. We also have super chats and memberships, which you can avail yourselves of. We hope you do that because, of course, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. And turn on those gifted memberships, because then you can get a membership and you can listen to our members-only content, which you usually do that on the weekend. And this weekend, you could have heard me talking about and playing a guy who for half an hour fantasized about nearly beheading me. I guess the phrase was turning me into a Pez dispenser. His words, not mine. I wouldn't say that about myself. I'm not that kind of guy. Anyway, welcome everyone. Let's see. Metal Maiden Vicky is here. She's on episode like 700 something. I'm only on episode 372 of Dark Shadows. She says, good evening, Tom and everyone. Ready for everything Dark Shadows, except you have no audio at the moment. Now I hear you. Well, I think our viewer count goes down when people can hear me. So thank you, and thanks, Stanley, for alerting me to that. I usually turn it off. Look, if I don't turn it off when I appear, then I get the reverb. Thank you, StreamYard, for that. I'm playing it through your interface. We won't get into that. Programming note, and it's just a question at the moment. There is another network that I am vestigially associated with that has made a request that I push the show back to 9 Eastern, to start it at 9 Eastern. Now, I'm not particularly crazy about that. I like to get it over with and have my evening. But I would do it if you guys wanted to do it, because that particular network does have a much larger audience than I do. And so, just let me know what you think. They just asked yesterday, so I don't think there's a tremendous... But, they would bring people over here at the end of their show, which starts at 7 Eastern, I think. So, and so they want to do their around 2-hour show and then have me. So, whatever on all that. Let's see. Someone named Pretty Bird says, how many shirts are you wearing? Well, my answer to that is, what's it to you? Why do you want to know? Why is it any of your business? Why is it of interest to you? So there you are. Let's see here. The Wolf says, I hope this is going to be like Monday. I'm going back to Dream Theater with Mike Mangini on drums. Sorry, the spider trauma. Hello, everybody. A lot of people have wrote me about the spider trauma. Let me see here. Stanley says, do whatever is good for you, Tom. Well, it's really what's good for you. I'll do what's good for the audience in that respect. Pretty Bird says, I count 4. You count 4 shirts? Well, you're not very good at counting, but you still haven't given me the answer to my question, which I will require now. I will require you to give me that answer. And it should be one that I like. Or your time here will have come to an end. Just not doing it. Sorry. Anyway. So Dark Shadows. Hey, can you dig it? Better open up my thing. I know everybody loves it when I open up. Everybody wants to see me open up my thing. God, I've been watching a lot of Dark Shadows coming up here. Yeah, but I was on that network last night, and they said, hey, we want to start at 7. I said, well, I start at 8. And they said, could you put it back into 9? I really know. And then I even made the offer, why don't you let me start at 7 and then you start at 9? And I even, hey, I'm old. You're making me an old person stay up later. And then they they pointed out to me that I'm many times in their Discord from like 10 at night till 5 in the morning. And I had to say, well, that's actually true. So let's see here. I was going to open up my thing. Get that thing opened up. Hold on just a second here. I'll be with you in a second. I got to scroll past all the Tom Lehrer and whatnot. That's the wrong file. The Wolf asks, is that a Ball State warm-up? You bet it is, big fella. It is a Ball State warm-up. One of the many Ball State warm-ups that I possess in my possession. Got to get this thing open that I wrote earlier today. Shows are better when I write the narrative myself. They just are. Pretty Bird has sealed his or her fate with this. Why do I care? Because you present yourself in a public interactive forum where in order to build an audience, you may want to humor a few questions. That's not why you want to know. First of all, you've got many, many inaccuracies in what you've done here. The chief one of which is in order to build an audience. Why are you in charge of that now? Why do you think that's actually a goal of this program? And why do you think you would be part of the audience I would build? See, I like to build quality things, and you are clearly a dullard who can't count. So I'm afraid, Pretty Bird, you will have to create another sock account name and return later. Much like Dr. David, what's his name? It was Dr. David, I can't remember his name now, but he just got killed in Dark Shadows. So let's see, we need SG to put your visage on Barney. Barney Rubble? Oh, Barney from, The Andy Griffith Show. People saying hi, and now we'll get into Dark Shadows. Let's get into Dark Shadows here. But anyway, I am considering moving it back an hour. I don't really want to. If it was up to me, I'd be doing it at 5 in the afternoon and just be done with it or whatever. But 9 Eastern is 8 o'clock my time. There are a lot of shows on 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock my time. So, whatever. If somebody wants to, I'm going to tell you what I do. I'll put it in a poll on the YouTube page, and we'll do that. The Doc Torn says, that's him. He's hip. He's happening. He's legendary Stone Green Tom Gully. I really am the legendary Stone Green Tom Gully. More people saying hi. No Barnabas Collins. What do you mean no Barnabas? Because is Barnabas going to scare you, Wolf? I'm Barnabas Gully tonight, as you can see right over here. Right there. How do we want to start this off? Let's just start it like this. There we go. There's something you guys can look at as I tell you about this whole thing. Yes, I am old. Oh, you call Barnabas Collins Barney. Oh, yes. As mentioned earlier, I am old. And yes, I like, love, and am an expert on old TV shows. But this one is very special to me for a variety of reasons. Dark Shadows was a soap opera. Now, you have to remember that for a long time during the day on television, when there were only 3 networks, daytime television was dominated by 2 kinds of programming: game shows, because they were easy and cheap to produce, and soap operas. And this was a soap opera like no other in the age of soap operas. The premise, when it began, was the Gothic and horror sort of based drama. It was very Gothic at first, though. All the horror elements were just sort of alluded to. They were never explicitly shown. and they surrounded the Collins family, a very wealthy family on a big mansion in Collinsport, Maine. And there was a bunch of supernatural stuff that surrounded it. Let's see. There's some great questions already in our chat. This one from Metal Mean Vicky says, is Burke Devlin here? No, Burke Devlin is not here. Currently, Metal Mean Vicky, I'm on episode 372. Burke is not even Burke. He's Jeremiah Collins in the 1795 parallel timeline. And interesting note, the first actor that played Burke Devlin, you may notice on a lot of westerns and other soap operas. I can't remember his name right now, but he was actually kicked off the show for alcoholism. And let me tell you something, that took some doing back in the 1960s. To get kicked off for being an alkie back then, much harder than today. And an actor by the name of Anthony George replaced him and actually played Burke Devlin for a longer period of time. And as you know, Metal Maid Vicky, Burke Devlin sadly perished in a plane crash down in Brazil, which of course made Maggie Evans open territory for Barnabas Collins, who thought she was Joseph. I'm getting way ahead of myself. My lost interest, who is a major clipper in the field of the Dabble verse, which, whatever, is asking, are your phone lines open? Thank you for asking, my lost interest. And they will be open at the conclusion of tonight's presentation. As soon as I'm done with the topic, bam, I open up the phone lines. So not quite yet. Sometimes they're open at the beginning, but not quite yet. Let's see here. The Wolf said, I tried to find Barney's perv Kane, but never found one. Julian Zeter says, when I think of soap opera actor, that scary-looking guy isn't what first springs to mind. Well, there are other pictures of him. He was not what I would call a classically handsome man. And it's one of those deals where he was an actor that, if you saw him acting, completely different than in sort of real life. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, and I gave Metal Maiden Vicky the clip on Saturday on her show, Metal Maiden Vicky's Metal Euphoria, which was fabulous being in the chat room for that show this weekend. It's 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays. And I put the clip for Barnabas Collins, the actor here, Jonathan Frid. He made an appearance on What's My Line? And that was a show where all the panelists were blindfolded, and they would ask questions, generally yes or no questions, of a guest. Sometimes the guest was somebody really famous, like Jonathan Frid of Barnabas Collins fame at the time. And the crowd, it's like the Beatles came in. This show, and I'll tell you about that, I'll repeat it again. But when I heard him speak, I had never heard Jonathan Frid other than one recording I have on the 30th anniversary CD for Dark Shadows. His voice was very gentle and very almost shy. It was real weird. You run into that. So anyway, Metal Man Vicky says, I'm just laughing because every time someone mentioned Burke Devlin, Roger would freak out and get all agitated. Oh, Roger, yes, well, Burke Devlin is in our house. Yes, but I'll get into a lot of this stuff. Don't give me a sec. Metal Man Vicky also kind enough to tell me Mitchell Ryan Burke was also on the sitcom Dharma and Greg. Yes, he played one of the fathers on that series. Hopefully he'd dried out by then. The Wolf says, Metal, I watched one of your video interviews on YouTube. Metal Man Vicky does the best rock and roll interviews in the history of rock and roll. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So anyway, this show was on ABC. And at the time, ABC, of the three networks, was the third place network most of the time. And therefore, it was a network willing to try just about anything, right? And that's just what they did. If you remember Batman, the old 66 TV series Batman, that was on ABC. ABC did a lot of things, number one, that had never been done on television because they were trying to make anything happen. And they also directed a lot of their content toward a younger audience, which the other two networks chiefly did not do. The doctor says, so is Burke Devlin here now? He could be in corporeal form, but most likely a spirit, a will-o'-the-wisp, a haint, a spectre. Anyway, You did awesome. Thank you. I'm just curious which video. I'm curious which videos might, it started off as kind of a tame Gothic horror. All right. Kind of mysterious, not very explicit. But the rocket fuel that made Dark Shadows take off and become the #1 soap opera on ABC was the introduction of the world's greatest vampire, Barnabas Collins, played right here, as you can see, by Shakespearean actor Jonathan Frid. Yes, Shakespearean actor, trained in London, originally a Canadian, but went over to England and became a really well-known Shakespearean actor. And that is what unlocked the world of ghosts and, werewolves, zombies, man-made monsters like Frankenstein, warlocks, time travel, even a parallel universe, which for the late to mid-60s is crazy stuff, on a soap opera, which generally took place at a hospital or somewhere, was very tame as far as storyline. And this was done all in just half an hour a day, and it was done totally live. All of these shows, Monday through Friday, totally live. Now, that meant that all the camera mistakes, moving of the camera, cutting to the wrong camera, flubbed lines, everything was right there on the air, along with the very over-the-top melodramatic performances, the plot twists, lots of plot twists on this show, and a group of actors that would play different characters depending on the storyline and the timeline. So this group of actors here, you might see in modern day, you might see in 1795, you might see in 1897, you might see in an exact duplicate modern day sort of setting, but in a parallel timeline. And they were capable of playing a villain. They were capable of playing a hero. They were capable of playing a member of the family, somebody that wasn't related to the family. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. And most, as I mentioned, of the soap operas of the day, as you might imagine, were focused on an adult audience, housewives, people staying at home during the day. But Dark Shadows generated a huge teenage audience and a subsequent cult following. No pun intended. And here's the thing. And this is crazy to me now in this day and age, and it might be crazy to you as well. I'm going through the cast picture here. Far left is David Hennessy. The little girl played Sarah Collins. Then there's Catherine Lee Scott, one of the longest, serving actors on the show. Then there is Anthony George as Burke Devlin. There's the original David Herod or Dr. David, whatever. Then the blonde in front is Nancy Barrett, who was with the show for a long time. Kind of a hottie. Barnabas is in the middle back there. If you can see just to the left of the guy in front that's kind of bald, just to the left of him is an actor named Dana Acklar. And he's all over television. He was like Skywolf and all sorts of other stuff. Then there's, of course, is it Louis Edmonds there, the bald guy. And off to the right there is Joan Bennett, who had been a big movie star. And she was the aunt of Morton Downey Jr., of all things. If you look and see Barnabas in the middle, just to his right is an actress, well, I'll mention her in a second, but her name is Grayson Hall. And she actually was nominated for an Academy Award in a movie directed by John Huston called Night of the Iguana. Yes. So there's your cast. One of the things that's crazy, and I mean crazy about this show, and it will mess you up a little, maybe. During the beginning of television, and certainly during this time period, when television first began, they had no way to actually tape a show. They could do what was called a kinescope, which they could take a monitor and they could actually just like take your TV screen and take a film camera and film the screen. That was the only way they had to record or preserve a program at the beginning. Eventually, videotape got invented, right? So, but this is crazy. Because all this live content was always seen as disposable, that mentality was in their head. And I'm going to do a show one day on this process that was called wiping, right? And wiping meant that they would take that videotape and just erase it and use it again. So the first 10 years of The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and Jack Paar, gone. They just erased it. Most soap operas, okay, most soap operas were all destroyed. They were just erased, as well as game shows and lots of other kinds of programming. Even the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite, they would just erase it. And so very little of that certain period of time up until about 1970, gone. There aren't any. And so you're like, you're kidding me? All the big news events, yep, gone. So for whatever reason, and I haven't tracked this down yet, Dark Shadows is the exception. All 1,225 episodes of Dark Shadows survive to this day. Now, you can watch all of them on Tubi for free. One episode is audio only, but the rest of them exist. When the show first started, it was broadcast in black and white, and then very shortly thereafter, they started broadcasting in color, like most of the shows of that day. But some of the shows they have copies of, even the later ones, are in black and white. Some. Most of them, once they went to the color, they're all color. But occasionally, that's just a black and white one will pop up. So there you go. I'm on episode 372. Our good friend Metal Maiden Vicky here is on episode 700 something. And these are just 20-minute episodes. They're a real easy watch, okay? A TV legend, and I mean a legend. Even the Wolf shocked me he knew who this guy was. Named Dan Curtis. You guys remember we were talking about Trilogy of Terror and the little Zuni doll that attacked people? Yeah, Dan Curtis directed that. And a lot of other things, many of them horror-based. He started the show with just this idea he had about a woman falling asleep on a train and having a dream about this Gothic sort of horror romance. And from that basic premise, Dark Shadows was born. One of the unique things about Dark Shadows, and I think Metal Maiden Vicky will back me up on this, the opening of the show every time was like a still shot of one of the mansions or the old house or the mausoleum, some element of the town, and there would be a voiceover. The sun rises on Collinwood, where one woman has traveled back in time to face a peril unknown as the darkness of the old house, blah, blah, blah. And there would be this little 15-second narration that would sort of set up what was happening. The show, well, let me get to that in a second. Let me get to some of your outstanding comments here. Let's see here. Let's see. Martini Steve. Hey, Martini Steve, I don't even know why you came here. I'm going to post your 2 comments, and then you're going to just be banned because you're an asshole. Okay? And we're just not having that here. You don't get to do whatever you want elsewhere and then come here. Sorry. You can take your crappy AI songs and all the other amateur, yes, I'm saying amateur crap you do, and stow it somewhere else. Okay? Buddy? But I am going to read your comments. Barnabas Collins was how Barnabas Jones got his name. Really? I'll have to verify that. I'm just kidding. Martini Seed, in the old days, the bosses called your phone. That's why they banned them, to protect the workers. Oh, man, thanks for that. And goodbye. Let's see. Christian Slater is here and says, did I miss any spider content? No, not yet. But you never know, Christian. And Christian, thank you for dropping by. My Lost Interest says Free Assembly. He's a big, Free Sam Bibley. He's a big fan from what I can tell. Oh, My Lost Interest, doggone it. I was enjoying having you here. And we're not doing any of that. Your crappy little friends from your tiny little part of the internet, yeah, this isn't the place for that. Not here. You want to do that? Do it anywhere else on the internet that you want to. Not here. Not going to happen. I'm going to give you a pass. I'm going to give you a pass. That'll be it. Just the one pass. And all the rest of it, do whatever you want, man. Ain't nobody stopping you. Let's see. It was just me. The Wolf says that square jaw guy always ticked me off. Which one? There were several square jaw guys. They used large electromagnets to wipe video. Yes, they did. It was called degaussing. Let's see. Metalman Vicky says, Morton Downey Jr., I watched his show quite a bit. Dude was nuts. Two of my Pi Alpha Nu fraternity brothers, I'm a little sister to the fraternity, were on the show once in the audience. Well, Metalman Vicky, if you go to the TomGullyShow.com, you will hear my interview with Lori Downey Jr., his wife, about Morton and the show. It's because it's so perv. It's a very perv show. That's no question about it. It was pretty funny because you see them on camera, and of course they were acting goofy. Metalman Vicky's on episode 726, so she's just past halfway on this show. Let's see. True. That guy. Oh yeah, Dan Curtis did everything: music, produced, directed. He started out in sales, network TV sales. He smoked like a chimney and drank coffee like it was going out of style. Yeah, that was our good friend Morton Downey. Morton Downey is a good man, very good man. So the show began during the 1965-1966 TV series year, and it was really slow going at first. In fact, by December of that year, it ranked number 13 out of 13 soap operas. But, in April of 1967, barely hanging on by a thread, along came Barnabas Collins. And the result was explosive. The show's supernatural elements attracted an audience that, well, they found regular soap operas too predictable and too boring. But this one, oh my God, the storylines just rocked. It became ABC's #1 soap opera. And Barnabas Collins and actor Jonathan Frid was a rock star. I mentioned that YouTube clip of him on What's My Line. And the crowd just goes mental. And there were, as I mentioned, some major league actors on the show. In addition to Jonathan Frid, Joan Bennett was that well-known movie star and aunt of Morton Downey Jr. Grayson Hall got that Academy Award nomination, plus a ton of other great and legendary stage actors. I mean, these people were very famous stage actors, which is kind of like being the best hockey player in Ecuador, but still, dramatic actors. Louis Edmonds, Thayer David. Now, Thayer David, you might remember. Most of you, the best way for me to tell you who Thayer David was is remember the original movie Rocky, the first movie, when Rocky is brought into the promoter's office and he thinks he's being hired to spar with Apollo Creed. And he's like, I won't hurt him or nothing. I won't take no cheap shots, you know. And he's like, Rocky, do you believe America's the land of opportunity? Apollo Creed does. And that's why he's giving an unknown an opportunity at the largest title in the... That's Thayer David. That's actually Thayer David. John Carlin, well-known TV actor and stage actor. Not to mention, over there in the Little Maid's outfit, third from the left, Catherine Lee Scott. Nancy Barrett is the blonde in front. Let me tell you something. I'm not mad at Nancy Barrett. Jerry Lacey, who came into the show a little bit later than this photo, was a very renowned Humphrey Bogart impersonator. He looks like a handsome Humphrey Bogart, but he made a lot of money doing that. David Selby, and oh boy, yeah, Laura Parker. Let me tell you something. Even at age like 7, I recognized the smoke and hotness of Laura Parker as Angelique. Oh my God. But think about it. Half an hour, brand new live drama every day, Monday through Friday. Let's see. Let's get to, man, your comments are coming thick and fast. Mark, phrasing. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know what that means. Barnabas Collins was small, but he's a real stick of dynamite out there. Melanie Big says, was Thayer David ever a Shakespearean actor? Yes. Major stage and Shakespearean actor. Major. He's a big stage actor. All these people were. All of them were. Reverend Trask, yes, and Ben Stokes to begin with, I think was his first character. But he was great as Reverend Trask. He did a lot of what they call scenery chewing. But these actors, I'm telling you, were like New York. They broadcast it live from New York. So all of these actors lived and worked in New York City, and they were Broadway and the stage's very finest actors. And I'll tell you something about that here in a second, too. Dark Shadows also pioneered a number of early special effects, and these special effects for television were done live. It wasn't, let's take it into a studio and do some stuff to it and then broadcast it. No, live, on the air, right that second. And we're talking about all of them being done in one take. One take. Ghosts, ectoplasm, vampire stuff, you name it. And the musical score was really cool, but it was used over and over. So if you saw somebody doing something sinister or tense, it was dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. The music very much directed your mind as to what was happening on the show. But it was very effective. It was very appropriate. And certain characters had certain themes. It was, training the audience to know what kind of scene it was. The show, as you might expect, caught a lot of flack from critics, but not for the reason that you might think. It wasn't the monsters at all. It was the fact that all of these actors, except for Joan Bennett and Grayson Hall, were complete unknowns. And they didn't like that. They're used to soap opera actors being recycled from television and other places. They were complete, nobody knew who these people were until the show got going. Then everybody knew who they were. As I mentioned, the show has nearly every single episode still remaining, which is amazing because General Hospital, One Life to Live, all the other ones, they don't have that. They're destroyed for this time period, just gone. So many of the episodes are only preserved in black and white, even after the show went to color. And one single episode, and very, very, very toward the end, is audio only. But even that episode, they've taken still frames and put it to the audio. They've taken screenshots from previous episodes and managed to piece it together with the audio to make kind of a show out of it. 2,500, this happened in 2012, 2,500 specially numbered, special limited editions were released on one, because there's 1,200 episodes of this program, were released on 131 DVDs. And those DVDs were contained inside of a coffin, because there's so many of them, with a card personally signed by Barnabas himself here, Jonathan Frid. Just to the right of Barnabas there is the aforementioned Grayson Hall, who got that Academy Award nomination, and now she's in the soap opera. 2 movies were released on the basis of the movie. The first one was released in 1970. It was called House of Dark Shadows. That one did have Barnabas, and it did very well. It was very profitable. It made $1 million. And by the way, I think House of Dark Shadows is the first movie that has ever been made from a TV show, ever in history. So the second one was made a year later in 1971. That one did not have Barnabas Collins, but it had most of the rest of the cast. but no Jonathan Frid. So watch this show, please. Starting with episode 210. I would not watch before episode 210. You can. It's good, but start at 210 because that's when Barnabas arrives. Okay? They're all free on Tubi, and I'll be watching them right after this show. So Dark Shadows, an amazing, amazing achievement in live television, and a look into what it was like to watch a show, a soap opera, live on the air every day back in the day, before on-demand viewing, and only 3 networks. And that's all I got to tell you tonight about Dark Shadows. Please like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell, all the free things you can do for the algorithm, the almighty, all-powerful, all-seeing algorithm. Also, we do have memberships and super chats. You can avail yourselves of those if you'd like. We'd appreciate it because Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. And please turn on your gifted memberships. We have many, many, many very fine, very generous people on this program who will gift them to you. And then you can hear member content like this past Sundays where you hear a guy talking on his show about wanting to behead me just in time for our Dark Shadows programming. Anyway, yeah, that's what we got to tell you here. Let's go through some of your comments, and then I could turn the phone lines on. I'll go through your comments first, and then we'll turn on the phone lines. I know some people were asking about the phone lines a little earlier, and we're yeah. So let's get to some of these. The Poochie Revolution. I know what you're saying, Wolf. I don't have time to explain to the audience. Doctor says, wow, this was way before my time. Well, when you think about it, most of time was before your time. It's just whatever. David Selby, very sexy. He played Quentin. He's a werewolf. Will Power says, wow, she's gorgeous. Are you talking? Let's just put little Laura Parker up there. She plays a really significant role in one of my favorite movies called Save the Tiger. She's in other things. She's in films. She's in other TV, episodic television. You can see a lot of her, but she's very good on Dark Shadows. Plays Angelique. She's like Barnabas Collins' nemesis. Barnabas Collins, when he was cursed to be a vampire, was in love with a woman named Josette. And there was another woman, this one here, Angelique, that wanted Barnabas and was always getting in the way of Barnabas. And she's the one that cursed him, actually, to be a vampire. So she's kind of the biggest villain, one of the biggest villains on this show, and was pervasive throughout the show. Metal Maiden Vicky says, okay, I can totally see that. He was well suited for Shakespeare. Very fair, David. He's also in the Pat Boone version of Journey to Center of the Earth. He's the guy that eats the duck, I think. I was hungry. I needed to eat. The duck was there. He's very Shakespearean, yes. Yes, Metal Maiden Vicky. My name is Victoria Winters, and I've been hired as the new governess. Yeah, it opens up. These openings are really interesting. It's a different person did the narration at the beginning of every episode. Julian Zeter says, not to change the subject overly much, but did they hire stage actors to do soap operas because they were used to working without multiple takes? It's a great question, a very great question. Really, most soap opera actors and actresses got used to that. There were very few sort of film actors that couldn't adapt. But yeah, that's an advantage of using stage actors. The other advantage back in those days was that you had a ready supply of stage actors in New York. They were still producing and airing live television shows in New York at this time. It's before everything, basically, but Letterman moved to Los Angeles. So your actors were likely to be, or more likely to be, Shakespearean actors, stage actors. Julian says, I wonder if the scripts still exist for soap opera shows that were not preserved. The scripts definitely still exist for a lot of these. Will Power says, I lost my innocence to that movie. I'm sorry to hear that. Stormy is here, says new viewer, no filter. Oh, from the No Filter Paul world. Nice to have you, Stormy. Podcast customer service says, a corn collective will reign supreme. I don't know what that means. I know what that picture is of, though, and we will have no pictures of that gentleman on this program, at least not now, and not yours. Let's see. No Filter sent me. Cool. Thank you, Matt. People saying hi. Melanie V says, I don't agree, Tom. I think you should start with episode 1. You kind of need all that beginning information, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so because, every single episode, Roger Collins comes down and says, what are you doing here? I'm the new government. They explain who they are 72 times. Do what you want. You do what you want. Reasonable people can disagree. People saying hi. People saying hi. Let's see, new shoes and no filter, whatever that is. I don't know that no filter sent you. No filter Paul anyway. We'll find out. I understand that some want to watch when Barnabas Collins makes the scene, but I really enjoyed those first 200 episodes. You're an unusually patient person. Doctrine says, are the pay phones open? There are no pay phones. Spooky stuff. You can see a lot of her. No pun intended. Oh, yeah. People saying hi. People saying hi. I don't even know what that means. Let's see. Is it a full moon tonight? Because the trolls are out. Okay, Stormy, thank you for being here. And we've enjoyed having you, and goodbye. Let's see. I don't know if I got... Oh, there we go. Melman Vicky says, for many of the first episodes, it was just Victoria Winters, Alexandra Moltke, narrating, and then they began having other characters narrate. Yes, but also another reason I wouldn't watch those first 200 episodes is Alexandra left, and they replaced her, and then shortly after replacing her, that actress was killed off. Matt, I don't know what this is, but you've said it so many times. I don't think we need you here, buddy. Sorry. Not your forum. Spawn says, Tom, can I interest you in being my +1 for tomorrow's Action News? Yeah. No, I really am not interested in that. But thank you for asking, and wouldn't want to be you. Guys, look, this is not your little forum. It's just not. I know you want it to be, but it's just not ever going to be. And a lot better than you have, done this sort of thing. So we'll just say goodbye, and we'll say goodbye to that one. And we'll say goodbye to that one. And now we'll open up the phones. We'll open up the phone lines. I'll let you know when they're open. And on we'll go with our show, which is not a radio slap fight. Look at me, everybody. Daddy, pay attention to me. Okay, here you go. Now, see, I know Rogaine doesn't sponsor your show, but it should. Your hairline is worse than the stock market. Well, Wolf's known me for 41 years. It's the same hairline I've always had. Oh, brave and glorious Jerry Shepherdini with, I don't know what's in your avatar. Who knows what the hell that thing is. But Jerry, I was thinking of sort of letting that be there. But now I decided, nah, you don't need to be here. You don't really need to be here. Let's see here. This guy here. This genius. Has there been a problem here? No, no problem at all. There's absolutely no problem at all. I know there's one guy on the internet that can barely string a sentence together with that same name. And I see his writing is no better. So there you go. Not really. It's just simple. Don't you guys in your own regular life, there's people you hang out with, people you don't hang out with? Yeah. Dullards and people that got time to, just don't have time for them. Sorry, you might. I don't. Let's see here. Oh, incidentally, that's another thing. People that have never been here, never done anything for me, don't follow this show. What's in it for me to have you around? I'll tell you what, nothing. Zero. So there you are. I think Will's one of these people too, but he's at least smart enough to not do any band stuff. Good for you, Will. You're a troll that learns. Awesome. Phone lines are open at 972-994-6822. These films matter. They don't make them like they used to. Yes, and if they were films, that would be an even more accurate comment. But they're not films. They're TV shows. They're not films. They're just TV shows. That's all. Anyway, 972-994-6822. Numbers in the scroll at the bottom of the page. If you get in now, because we're not going to have those open very long. I can't stay that long this evening. Got some things to do. We're going to be in a winter storm warning tomorrow here in Texas. We're actually supposed to get snow, and not just a little. So I've got to winterize my refrigerator. Get a bunch of vittles. Because, I grew up in Indiana. You don't want to be around people in Texas when it snows. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. But they don't have the trucks to get rid of the snow. They just don't have any of that. 972-994-6822. And yes, by the way, memberships, super chats, and open up those gifted memberships as well. That'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. Right now, the Wolf says, I'm glad I'm in SoCal. I despise snow. Me too. That's why I live here. Will Power, who's I don't think ever been in this chat room, ever, says, Dennis Ramen, I thoroughly enjoy these reviews. Okay. Well, maybe you watch on demand. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Hey, we've got a caller. Come on now. That's what we want to hear. Come on now. First call screws up sometimes. I don't know why. Ask Scott about it. Come on. There we go. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Oof.
That's what you got?
Hey, this is...
Hey, Tom, it's Granny. Go fuck yourself. Why won't you talk to me, man? Let's talk about this.
Hey, it's Granny. Granny, don't you have your own show?
Hey,
yeah, I'm
don't
on
you have
it
your
right
own
now.
program?
Hey, Tom.
Well, you're live.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, I'm the Corn. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, that's corn.
So you
Hey,
got
you
nothing
wanna
better
talk
to
about
do to you say you're not going to overtalk me on this show. You are not going to overtalk me, motherfucker. You called in here. You want to talk about something. You need to
you're not
shut the hell. Okay, goodbye. There you go. Now there's a guy who doesn't have anything better to do. Let's go into this guy a little bit, Granny. I'll spend 90 seconds on Granny since he was kind enough to call in. Granny is an alcoholic who recently went to rehab, now drinking again. And one of the best things about Granny, it's really funny. This is going to be super funny because he's a funny guy. And this will interest him because it's big time humor. For a guy who lives in a trailer, fell through the steps of the trailer, knocked himself unconscious, and I guess we'll believe that. Yeah, who knows? But the funny thing about him is when you read the statistics on the life success of children with an alcoholic parent, that's funny. That's hilarious. Read some of those. Look into some of those, and you will laugh really, really hard for a long time. A long time. There's a dude, got his own show, apparently. Calls into this one and can't shut up. Just wants to scream and yell. And then asks, why won't you talk to me? Why won't you get on a show with me? You just proved why. You're an idiot. You know, you think you're just going to scream and yell and that people are scared of that? No, it's not interesting. It's not entertaining. So therefore, I don't want it around. Period. End of sentence. Never done this. Never been in communications. Never had a full-time job in communications. From what I understand, paints houses when he's not in rehab. So That's the funny stuff. That's the hilarious stuff. It's life stuff. It's funny. It's funny to me. Metal Maid Vicky says, I love Dark Shadows. Thank you for the $3, Metal Maid Vicky. Metal Maid Vicky says, wow, that was rude. What a jerk off. Let's see. Agreed. The Wolf says, now that's entertainment. Dennis Rahman says, have a civil discussion. I gave him an opportunity for that. He chose not to take it. So I know another guy, good friend of the show, that was on a show with him. And, oh, sorry, I forgot to. Okay, I'm going to give him another try. I'm going to give him another chance here. Okay, so here's your second chance. Use it well.
I didn't get on before. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is my first time on.
Okay. Well, but didn't you say I'm the corn or something like that?
No.
Okay. Well, so what do you got for us?
No. My name is Sammy.
Okay, Sammy.
Sorry. What was that last call about, though?
I just talked about what it was about for like the last 90 seconds.
Oh, so there's a backstory. Okay, well, whatever. I didn't call about that. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't want to rehash that. So I wanted to talk to you about, have you seen the 1952 film starring Barbara Stanwyck and the N-word called You're Gay?
No? Is it your life story?
Oh, God damn, you had a mirror for my
Pretty
mirth.
good, yeah.
You had the perfect mirror for my mirth.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Well played.
So, hey,
I'm gonna go crawl in a hole. Goodbye.
let me go ask you a question. Have you ever heard a dial tone? Well, you have now. Been taking these for 40 years, kids. It's not really that, not really that. I don't even know what to say. It's not really. Okay, let's get back in here. People laughing at the wolf. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. This is great. They're all coming in on one night, so I can get rid of them in one fell swoop. Jesus, God, that's pretty loud. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air. And now you're not. Bye-bye. Got another call coming in. Sorry. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air. And you've taken too long to answer, so I'm sorry. We're going to have to say goodbye.
Hello?
By the way, longtime listeners of the show will know this is nothing new at all whatsoever. You got to have your act together when you call in, or I just hang up. All right. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We got another one coming in. Awesome. Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Can you hear me?
That's not one of the approved first things to say on the phone here. So
I'm asking if you can hear me.
And I'm saying it's voice activated, right? Yeah, I just have to say goodbye to you. I'm sorry. If you can't operate a phone, you probably shouldn't call the show. It's just a suggestion. But if you can't operate a phone, it's one of the key things you have to be able to do is operate a phone. Let's see here. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air, at least right now.
Hi.
See, that's the fake voice, not going to work.
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, bye. You tell them, and they're just not smart people. There's a way to stay online. You guys remember, was it just a couple nights ago? A guy called in here, wasn't real happy with me. We talked for a half an hour. It was a wonderful conversation. These people, not good at it. Not good at it. Hi, and welcome to the Tom
Come on,
Gully
man.
Show. You're on the. Oh,
Let
it's
me
the
get out
same
with that.
guy. I know. See, let's see. Who left the barn door open to the troll? I don't know. Let's see. Stormy says, "Don't you understand this reaction you're giving is what makes it enjoyable?" Well, I'm glad that you enjoy it. I'm glad that you enjoy it. You can enjoy it without being in the chat room. I don't think that's too much to ask or too hard for a lot of people to understand. It is for you. We have abbreviation folks in here. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and we'll answer this one. Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully Show. You're on the air. Yep, that's another one. Okay, let's see. So what are you doing on the internet store? That's a damn good question. That's a damn good question, man. That is a damn good question. It's a damn good question. Here we go. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Hey, what do you think about my Martini arts for you?
I haven't seen anything. Who is this?
Oh, come on. They're out. You can see them.
Well,
Listen up,
you can't
Booster.
really
You gotta do
you can't
better than
really
that if
tell
you
me
wanna hang with the
you can't really
Martini.
tell me what
That's
I've
right, buddy.
seen and what I
You better
haven't
step in
seen.
line, front and center.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Having on 2, the 3, the 4. That's right, buddy.
That's really
Be calling me back.
genius. That's some smart stuff you just said.
It is, and I got to say,
You're
it's
very
quality.
intelligent. Yeah.
9 out of 10 quality.
Super smart. Yeah.
Is what I would like to say, sir.
Yeah, you're
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Good. Is that what you gave yourself? 9 out of 10? That I know. That's a tough one. That was a tough one. Jesus Christ. Just the brightest people on earth calling in tonight. That's okay. Every now and then. You got to get some of them. Longtime listeners of the show will readily admit these people are even bad at this. They're just not good at it. Hey, did you see the thing? No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, you did. Here we go. Oh, there's more than one. Oh, wait, here's a good call. I'm going to accept this call. I'll take this call. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show, radio celebrity.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I am not a troll. I am Metal Maiden Vicky. What's up, Tom?
Not too much. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and I'm really happy that you did the show tonight on Dark Shadows. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. I know you're a big fan as well, and you know, it's a pretty awesome show and one I enjoy, and a lot of people, other people do too.
Oh, definitely. You know, I never watched it when I was younger, just for whatever reason. And you know, when I was younger, I would watch General Hospital. I've been watching Days of Our Lives since I was 12 years old, but I never watched Dark Shadows. So I was really happy when I saw the Tubi has the entire show from 1 through 1200, whatever. And it's just been a lot of fun. You know, you take your time watching it. Because, you know, remember when we were young, if you thought you missed a show, we thought we missed a show. We were never going to see that again. Nope. You know, like remember watching a sitcom and it was like, tune in next week for a very special episode of Growing Pains. Yeah. And if you missed it, you were like, oh, no. Yeah. You know, now we can watch anything in the world we want, right?
But not from this era. From this era, it's all gone. Completely gone. And you're right. Even a primetime show, if you missed it, maybe you would get to see it during the summer. But there were 34 shows a season. And there's only 12 weeks in the summer. So there's no guarantee you were even going to get to see that show ever again. And now everything is available on demand instantly.
It's crazy. And then, of course, when, VHS and VCRs came out, we were like, yeah, we can tape things now. And, we taped very important things. I had, festivals and concerts, and even going back to Beta, we had the Beta machine, and now you can watch all of those in high quality, not our shitty little recordings that I did when sorry I sweared, but that we did back when we were kids, but back then we were like, if I don't record the US festival, that's it. I'm or Live Aid, that's it. I'm not going to lose it. And but it's just, technology is a good thing if it's used properly.
Right.
If it's used for good. But yeah, Dark Shadows, I'm so enjoying it. It is such the drama, but with all the cool stuff, because I'm a huge fan of the supernatural.
Yeah.
So many similarities to soap operas today. I think we were talking at one time, they always have that portrait on the wall of the matriarch of the family that everybody talks to. Then they throw their drinks in anger at the fireplace, and, the poor butler has to clean up everything. And or they have all the liquor handy right there and the decanters in the main drawing room.
Yes.
And everything is, do it for so-and-so's sake.
Yes.
Right?
Well, are there even soap operas? I mean, I know that a lot of them are on streaming services or YouTube or things like that, but I don't even know that they have them anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. GH is still on. Days of Our Lives streams every day on Peacock.
Oh, I didn't know. But I mean, the major networks don't carry them anymore. It's all The View
don't.
and talk shows and things like that. So,
no, not at all. Channel 4, NBC gave days to Peacock. And a lot of people were upset at that, because, of course, when we were younger, those channels were free. It just, we had our basic 13 channels or whatever. And, people were like, why should I have to pay to watch Days of Our Lives? But, I found that I got rid of my cable, and I found that with all these different streaming prices that I pay per month, it's still cheaper than my cable company was charging me.
Right.
So
hey,
I have no issue with it,
Right now we've
I
got
think it's great.
we've got a flood of people coming in from my good friends at the Pod Awful Cult. With the H2BH, Towns is here. Zelda Wintermeyer, Two Ultra Rude Dudes, Mary Jacobs. Stribs is here. Oh, Stribs, my good friend. Infowar is here. So welcome to the Pod Awful Cult.
And where are they all from?
Pod Awful Cult.
Pod
Awful. Oh yeah, you got to check out Pod Awful. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Pod
you know what?
Awful's
I will
rocks.
write this down.
Pod Awful rocks.
And that's on YouTube?
And also, yes. And also you can go to podawful.pizza. The Pod Awful people really good at calling in and doing the things that these amateurs are trying to do this evening. Pod Awful, they're good at it. They're super good at it. These people are just, God, they were just rank amateurs. It's terrible.
I will definitely check them out. I like the name of it. I mean, right away that catches my interest. Pod Awful Cult.
It's really funny. It's really funny. It's really good. And they do some online stunts and pranks that are phenomenal. They are really, really great people. So imagine telling someone your cult friends are here. Well, it's true. My cult friends are here. My cult friends are here. It's great. But anyway, and your show this weekend was another banger. It was really great.
Yes, it was great to see you in the chat room, Tom.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah, Emily and Vicky on Good Friends, long-term association with SonicSilentRadio.com, and her show airs on the website at 3 o'clock Eastern until 8 o'clock Eastern. It's 5 o'clock show, a 5-hour show, every Saturday. And it is awesome. And if you think you don't like metal, if you listen to her show, it will change your conception of what metal is. And they do a lot more. Do you still do the alphabet attack?
Not as much, because as my music library has grown, it gets really hard to do that particular segment.
Yeah.
But I still do things similar to that. I do other things. And if I could quickly, and I didn't call to do this, I called to talk about Dark Shadows, but because I just scheduled this for this Saturday.
Right.
But I have a returning guest coming to my show. His name is Tony Richards. from the Los Angeles, California band Wicked Star, and he's also working on a solo album. So I'm going to have Tony on my show around 5:30.
Sure.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. We just kind of finalized things. I'm looking to start up my interviews again this year. And I'm just putting it out there, Tom. I would love for you to come on my show as well, do a little reciprocation. And I think it would be a lot of fun, to learn all about, the beginnings of you and,
Like getting my parents
so,
on.
we can definitely work all that out.
Let's have your people call my people.
Absolutely. We'll do lunch.
We'll
do a Zoom lunch, all right? It'll be awesome.
Oh, man. Anyway, Metal Making Vicky, SonicAsylumRadio.com, the coolest people on earth. And you can see my show there on Facebook anytime you want to. Or just go to SonicAsylumRadio.com. They've got Metal 247, but her show is 3 to 8 on Eastern Time on Saturdays. And, man, you got to check it out. Best rock and roll interviews you will ever hear.
Well, thank you. And, when you post on our Sonic Asylum Radio Facebook page, it links directly to our official website. So if you're on the website, the homepage, you can see the latest posts on our Facebook page, as well as recaps for our DJ shows. So if you wanted to tune into somebody's show, but you weren't able to, they're there. There's like 30 shows up there right now that are just recapped from previous, shows. So it's really cool that we can sync your show like that because it's been just such a lot of fun, collaborating with you over the years. I remember George Neal was the first one to find your show. He was, you end up going down these rabbit holes on YouTube and you see one video and you go to another and another. And he saw your show and he just thought you were really funny. It was entertaining. And one thing led to another. And, here we are.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. Your show is very entertaining. So many different topics, like you said, you can go from Dark Shadows to, Vivian Mayer to, Ingrown Toenails.
Yes.
So we got it all here and more. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But I will let you get back. And I just wanted to call in and just say, love tonight's show, as always. And, thank you, Dr. Torrin. I just saw that comment.
Yes.
Appreciate it. We like I said, we'll do a Zoom call. We'll get it all figured out.
Sounds good.
But
you're on my
All right.
You're on my list here of the interviews that people I have to contact for interviews. Where's the list? I've got an actual list of folks that. Anyway, it's here somewhere. There is a list. I swear to God. Oh, here it is, right here. It's right here, right in front of me.
Me too. You're on my list too that I'm looking at right now.
Anyway, cool. Well, thanks for calling in. Call of the night.
Pardon?
You're the call of the night.
Oh, well, thank you.
Not a high bar this evening, but you are the call of the night.
Well, I can definitely surpass what was happening there before.
Yeah.
That was just utter nonsense.
Well.
It's like, why even bother if you're going to look the fool? I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah.
I'm glad I called her. We got to chat for a few minutes. And again,
too.
Thank you for the Dark Shadows and all the ooh.
Yeah.
Like you said, different themes for different things. Like every time they go to the old house.
Oh, yeah.
The old house theme.
I like the one with the horn.
Yes,
the little
yes,
horn
I know what you
sting.
mean.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. We'll get together. We'll talk at you later, and we'll have you on a special guest star soon.
All right. Excellent. All right. Good night, Tom.
All right. Good night to you. That's Metal Maiden Vicky from our good friends over at SonicAsylumRadio.com. We got some happy to be here, folks. H2BH right back at you. Someone got their gullies out for this H2BH. Mine, of course, are covered by a Ball State warm-up. The Wolf says, me too, YouTube channel. Yeah, it's good stuff. Oh, we've got an anonymous caller. Hello, anonymous caller. You're on the air. And long pause. Yeah. Oh, fake voice. We got a fake voice going on, I think.
No.
Okay. So, Let's see here. Yeah, that's a nice list. It's on paper. It's serious. Damn right. Metal is life. Doopa says, hi, Tom. The only person who blocked me was Live Ween because I wanted to talk to him about his guitar playing. And now saying hi to, I don't know who any of those people are, really. But whatever, Doopa. Doopa, you have quite a bit of latitude here. So you are actually a person that watches the show and that has done things for the show. Therefore, see how that works? If you've never done anything and you've never been here, what possible motivation is there? Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully's show. You're on the air. Ooh, some snuffling and slobbering at the start.
Yes.
Sorry. This is a well-known thing. You can't, I'm not doing anything new tonight. If you have a dumb question right off the bat, if you're blowing your nose, if you're doing any of that other stuff, you're just not going to be doing that well. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air. Large inhale of air, unattractive inhale of air at the start of the call. So,
hey, it's Terry Nee.
Terry Nee, how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing great. These kids, right?
Yeah, it's not really Terry Nee, is it? Is it a guy with half a tongue that doesn't know how to drive a wrecker? I think that's probably more who it is. Goodbye. Idiots. Just not smart people. I didn't make you this way. You're this way because of yourself. I had nothing to do with your lack of intelligence. You developed that on your own through a long history. So anyway, let's see here. Canadian Spurg is here. People saying hi. Shattered Dimension says, the real dark shadows are the friends we made along the way. That might be true. Justin Turdo. Okay. Metal Main Vicky with the rock on symbols. Let's see if we got something here. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Joey C. rules.
I agree. That's a fine call. Stribs is here. Stribs, thank you for the videos again, as always. Well, that's kind of the funny part, Nick. I can get to that in a second. But hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You are on the air.
Hey, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, fake Tom. Voice. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Sorry. You just and not good fake voices. Terrible fake voice. Christian Slater back again. My favorite spider is the cave spider. Thank you, Christian. When are James Franco and Paris Hilton going to call in with their spider information? Mary Jenkins, what the heck? Let them talk. Why? If they don't have anything to say, if I don't like them, if they've been jerks elsewhere, why? Why do I owe them my forum? That's stupid. These rookies don't even know the basic rules. Thank you, InfoWar. By the way, these people would never have an open line. But if they ever do, well, you'll do what you folks do, won't you? Tech Enforcer says, who are these people? I don't know. I don't even know that they're people. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air, at least for a moment.
Hello, Tom. Sorry, you think I'm an AI thing or whatever?
No, I really don't think you're that.
Can we just have a nice conversation for a change?
I don't know. Can we?
I don't know. You nigger.
That's all you got? That's it? Oh, and then he ran off. Daggone it. Then he ran off. Hello, Jay. How are you doing? Lucas Malago says, Jeet level callers. Yeah. I haven't been able to send super chat for the past 2 weeks. Darn, Jared, let's get on that. Town says, are these Dabbleverse losers? Oh, yes. Yea, verily. Yea, verily they are. Shattered Dream says, damn, he read 2 of my comments. Boy, my Gully's got hard. Hey, King, how you doing? King TL, I'm a fan of Gate Creepers, so I, as well, respect metal. King, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. And the best Slater film is Cuffs or The Wizard. He has so many gems. A lot of people like Pump Up the Volume. Gleaming the Cube. The cave spiders are also known as jumping spiders. Very creepy. I agree with you, Christian. Metal Vein Vicky with $3. Thank you so much for the $3 super sticker, Metal Vein Vicky, and for the call. Infowar says, I left a couple of dark shadows on my toilet bowl. Metal Vein Vicky says, what the? Yeah, I know. That is who you're dealing with. Okay, let's make no mistake about it. That is who you're dealing with. Now, when I achieved a certain level of success in life, about 40 years ago, it's like, I don't have to be around that kind of moronic scumbag. Just don't have to. Period. End of sentence. Why would anyone choose to? They wouldn't. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Hey, Tom, Jared, what's going on, bud?
Hey, man, how are you doing, Jared? Nice to talk to you.
Hanging in here. It's funny. All these callers are reminding me of the olden days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not really.
Yeah, well, not really.
No, because you guys were much better at it. And
That's
then,
true.
And then also the other things that you did, you were much better at.
Yeah. We
much better at. And see, these people don't realize that. See what I mean? Yeah. Maybe someday they will.
They do not know comedy. They comedy.
They just throw it on the towering pile of things they don't know. The one guy drives a wrecker, and he wrecked his wrecker. We won't get into the kid he never raised or the rest of the not quite that smart. His motto is, I am an a-hole. I like to F with people. That's why I have a show. And he's not good at either of those things. So, it's just, it's the old thing where anybody can have a show. That much is true. But
that is true. Certainly a double-edged sword.
Yes. Well, maybe they'll find that out a little later. I'm not in charge of that, but maybe they will. Lame Dabble. Hard Archivist says, lame Dabble troll saying the N-word. Boring. Really is boring. Metal Main Vicky says, what a douchebag, for crying out loud. Yeah, no, but Metal Main Vicky, see, these people, and you are a major personality on a heavy metal radio station, and you're going, what a D-bag. These guys are out of line. And that's the level, that's the class these people have. These are people that in a meeting or in any other number of environments that I'm in would either not be taken seriously or not be allowed in the building. I mean, it's just...
They'd be handing us the mail. That's what they would be doing.
Exactly. Well, handing us the mail, they'd be emptying the dumpster and leaving. No wonder they suck so hard. Not Dabble at all. I'm from what awful age to be age. I know. King TL. We love you, buddy. We absolutely love you. Tom, how would you like an episode of Dark Shadows that includes Apu from The Simpsons? Well, Apu would have had to be like a person who came over on one of the Collins family's many sailing vessels. And he would have come over to strike up a partnership with Joshua Collins or something. I'd get him included, though. I'd get him included. So what are you up to tonight, Jer?
Nothing. I missed the Pot Awful episode, so I saw you were live, so I jumped in,
Well, I appreciate
Just getting ready, and always fun night when Tom Gully is live. So I just wanted to say hi, what's up, and hopefully you'll be around later.
Oh yes, you know where I'm going to be right after this. After I got to make some dinner, and then I eat my dinner, and then I go there. And
pasta dinner, right? Pasta. That's what you're making.
No. What? Tonight it's turkey sandwich. Okay. I need the L-tryptophan after all these stimulating callers. But you know that project that Jesse and I have?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
We're going to have to get going on that. And I know where we can start. I know the exact place to begin.
Excited. I hope I'm involved,
I'm
I
sure
can't wait to see the results.
I'm sure you will be involved, man. But thank you for
Very
calling in.
cool.
Always good to hear from you.
Love you, Tom. You
All
be
right.
good. Talk to you soon, brother.
All
Peace.
right. Bye-bye. Oh, brother. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Another incoming call. Ow. It's too loud. Ow. It hurts my ears. Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Tom.
Yeah, radio in the background. I'm sorry. Goodbye. The radio in the back. There's a whole bunch of things you can't do. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to. Yeah, this is a. Sorry. I got a thing I got to do to that one. Hold on. Just give me a second here, folks. I got it. Yeah, there we go. All right. There we go. Now everything's cool. Now call away. Do what you need. My introduction, I said success. Caller sounded nice. Yeah, that's a great caller. He's a good man. InfoWaz says Tom Gully's the Dabbleverse is trying to revolt against their leader. I'm not their leader. It's not my Dabbleverse. Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Tom, I just have two questions for
Okay,
you.
okay, hold on. Who am I speaking with?
Sam Bibley.
Oh, Sam, you can't imagine I'm going to talk to you, can you?
But why? What's your problem with me?
Why would I?
Well, I mean, I just don't know why you.
Why would I
speak
speak to you? Why would I speak to you?
Well, can I ask you my other question?
What's in it for me to talk to you? You're a cretin. You're a cretin. You're just looking to get little high fives from all of your juvenile buddies.
No,
so
I don't
there's
even have
absolutely nothing in it for me to speak to you. So I think probably we'll end the conversation right now. Well, then if there's nothing in for you to speak to me, then bye. Thank you. That made it simple for both of us. Oh, God, thank you so much. That's absolutely brilliant. I'm so happy that you came to the same conclusion I did. Jesus Christ. There's nothing in it for you, but okay. Lucas Malago, one of our very good friends, says, "Hail, Tom." I love the old days too, Tom. I know many of you love the old days. Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Hey, Tom, it's Granny. I called to be civil this time.
It's who?
It's Granny. I called to be civil this time.
Yeah. Well, you fucked up last time, so there isn't going to be a this time.
Yeah, I know.
It's these drunks. It's alky. It's wet brain thinking. I'm sorry, I was a jerk earlier, man. Just tell your story walking. Tell your story walking. Yeah. Heart Archivist says the Dabbleverse are all unfunny felons. At least they can't vote or own guns. There you go. Uh-oh. Here's the Godfather, the king of them all. Pod Awful says Dabble Dorks. I know. Infowar, Tom's been through it all. Nothing they do can faze him. Well, yes. Justin to Gully's steel has already been tempered. Look, I have many times had to say, the things that you did. How do you wreck a wrecker? Exactly, Wolf. Exactly. Not real. Not a lot going on here. That's how. Let's see. Fake Jared laugh. Shattered Dimensions says Tom doesn't get hoodooed. No, or voodooed. They call me the hoodoo man. A lot of people don't know that. Marge Sharks Unite says, why won't you talk to Granny? Why would I? What's there? Interesting, informative, entertaining. Can't be anything but one. You don't have to be all three. Got to be one. He's not one. I don't want to hear anything he has to say. He's not interesting to me. Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Tom, I really wasn't trying to be mean.
I really don't want to speak to you, but you called back anyway.
Then
What's your
look,
malfunction?
Man, I'm trying to.
And you're talking when I'm talking. That doesn't happen on this show. That's your crap. Okay? So you know I don't want to speak to you, but you're calling me anyway. You have the rest of the entire internet to be a dipshit on. Go do it there, not here. I don't seek you out ever. For any reason, you have nothing of value to offer me. Nothing. So I will say to you very nicely, I don't care if you apologize or not. I will say respectfully,
I can't say
good
sorry,
now,
Tom.
you're talking. You're talking when I'm talking. We already covered it, wet brain. We already covered it. Bye-bye. Now you just bye-bye. Let's see. Paul says, Homo Butricus defectron. Man. Let's see here. I am taking Apu, says Zelda Wintermeyer. Lucas Malago, we're all talking turkey. We are. DC the Gentleman says, go Utes. You mean Utes or the University of Utah? Strip says, heading over to One-Eyed Jacks. One-Eyed Jacks. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Tom, I think something went wrong with the airways. I was trying to apologize.
I don't need your apology or your affirmation in any way. I do not want to speak to you. You offer me nothing on any level. So go, live a happy life.
Tom,
get off the side. Now you're talking when I'm talking, and nobody gets to do that on this show. I've already told you that. You don't listen. You're an alkie. Stop it. Just stop it. You don't get it. Even Jesse kicked you off a show that you were on with him. And he'll listen to anybody. Clayton Combs says Dabbleverse more like doo-doo worst. Thank you for joining us, Clayton. Or as I like to call you, Clay. Mud Sharks United said, is that a threat? Don't know what you're talking about. TDD, yes, TDD indeed. Shattered Dimension says, El Tryptophan, is that the leader of a cartel run by turkeys? It is. It is, actually. Where to God? I've got so many of these. I'm going to turn the phone lines off in a second. I've got too much stuff here. All right, Tom. Who the target for my sites? Whoever you'd like. Jared says these callers are such novices. That's the truth. Strip says radio in the background. Total noob move. Exactly. Don't you guys remember the old days when it was like if you were coughing, if you asked me, what was it? What's up, Tom? How you doing, Tom? Whatever. There's a million things you can do. You just not hard to get kicked off the phone line. I love Tom's rules when they ain't being used against us. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Hey, yeah, what's up, Tom? How you doing this evening?
Oh, you just said, what's up, Tom? How am I doing?
Oh, my apologies.
That's, we really don't do that here. I mean, what's up? I'm doing a show. It's patently obvious, even the most casual of observers, yet it escaped you.
Right.
All right, get to your trollery. Get to your trollery.
No, there's no trollery. This is Flat Timmy Smallwood.
Oh yeah, see, you've just been too big of a jerk to me elsewhere online, and now you're in you're talking when I'm talking. Stop talking when I'm talking. Stop talking when I'm talking. We don't do that here. So you're in my world now, bitch, and I can hear your radio in the background. Goodbye. All right. Christian Slater says agreed. Yeah, I love Tom's rules when they aren't being used against us. Yes, I can use them. Well, with great power comes great responsibility. Christian Slater, always good to see you here. Really, we'll hang out soon. Chris, thanks for the $50, Chris. Well, $2 Canadian is probably $50 American. Zelda, when I get him, Tom. Christian Slater, up fingers if you hate the Dabbleverse. Well, what's to like about the Dabbleverse? Potavo says, guy on the phone has a baby voice. Jesse, that's the guy you kicked off of another show. when he was just spurging or alkying out or whatever. That loser can take a Cretan bop. Destroyed. People are laughing. I bet they're all laughing and smearing boogers on each other. Gully bombed. Yes, they were trying to gully bomb me. That's an actual thing, by the way. Actual internet term. Tom is the internet's new N-word. Hey. Christian Slater says these callers wasting valuable time where we could be talking about spiders. Oh, Granny, your daddy. Here we go. There's another area code call. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You are on the air.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
No, your voice is far too low in volume.
Okay, well, I'll try to call back in just a second.
Yeah, it's okay now. It's acceptable now.
Oh, okay. Well, how are you?
Doing a radio show right now. Who am I speaking with?
My name's Sarah.
What do you got for us tonight, Sarah?
I was just watching. I was wondering what was going on, all these people calling. I was confused.
I know. It's confusing, isn't it?
It is very confusing.
Yeah. I guess there's people calling in just doing stuff. You did what now?
I just recently found your channel.
How'd you find it?
And I'm not even quite sure what it's about. Just scrolling through YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not even quite sure what it's about.
What would you like it to be about? And did you read the description of what it's about that's actually on the YouTube page?
Not exactly, but I just clicked on the live stream. I didn't necessarily.
That might be a place to start in your quest for knowledge.
It might be, but I figured I'd come to the source if you were live and you had a call-in number in this chat.
Kind of the reason that I put that there, so that the other people listening don't have to listen to me describe the show that they already know what it's about, kind of thing. But it's all about you. It's all about you, right? It's all about you. Well, I haven't yelled at anybody yet. I haven't been yelling.
Not yet.
No, not yet. I doubt that I will. There's no reason to yell.
Well, you sound very frustrated.
So you're able to detect emotion through the sounds you hear coming over the internet? Well, how long have you had this power?
Just like when a baby cries.
Right. So you can tell the emotion of the baby when you hear it crying.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. That's a skill. You should join the CIA or the FBI and tell them of your precognitive powers. I didn't say that you hadn't. I said you should. The fact that you may have already done that is just backing up my point.
You know, it's pretty sad that I called to maybe distract some of these trolls that are going at you and try to be nice to you.
Is that what you were doing?
You're being a very mean person.
Is that what you were doing? Well, no, you called to ask me a question that you could have found the answer to by just getting off your dead lazy ass and looking.
Oh, because
what makes you think I'm required to be nice to you?
I don't think you're required to. Just like
well, there you are.
People that are calling,
then I'm giving you the level of niceness that you deserve. So with that in mind, I thank you for your call, and I will now release you to be confused by other things in the world. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Cupcake. You go be confused by large words in the dictionary and zippers and the self-serve gas station near your home. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
It's a real interesting one tonight, Tom. This is your pal Lenny from the Pod Awful Cult.
Hey, Lenny, how you doing, my man?
Good. I see we're talking about Dark Shadows, and last night we had a good conversation about lost media, and I had a little bit of lost media trivia for you.
Yes, I'd love to hear some lost media trivia, because our good friend Feds, like me, hates lost media.
I hate that it exists, but it's an interesting topic.
Okay.
So in 1992, This famous actor was originally appointed to voice the Joker in Batman the Animated Series. But during the recording for the first episode, he had bronchitis, so they decided to replace him with Mark Hamill. Who is he?
I know this, and I just ran across it the other day while I was reading about the lost media. It's one of the more famous cases, and I can't remember. It's going to drive me crazy, but I'm not going to take up people's time right now. Who is it?
Tim Curry.
Oh, man. That's some awesome lost media trivia. That is some good stuff. Yeah. After we talked, I'm going to... Actually, it's on my list because I have these lists, and I'm going to do a show on lost media because there's some really famous examples, and that's one of the more famous examples. There's also some examples of lost media that they lost the original thing, and a guy came in and just did something off the top of his head that ended up becoming famous. It's really cool. But I appreciate you calling in, man. I really do.
Absolutely.
What do you think of the amateur level of whatever tonight?
Buffoonery?
Chicanery, sure.
Yeah, I think they need some work. They need to learn the rules. No talking when Tom's talking. You don't want to answer and say, "How you doing, Tom?" I can't think of all of the other rules, but
you know what I think. You know what I think they need.
What?
Well, I think they need a visit from some people.
I think they need a little touch-up.
Got a little touch-up for you. Just a little touch-up. Yeah, I think they do too. So anyway, well, thank you for your call. Very informative, on topic, a real benefit to the show.
Thanks, Tom. I'll catch you later.
All right. Oh, you definitely will catch me later. I'll talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's Lenny from the Pod Awful Cult. We need Tom to bring about the final solution to the Dabbler's question once and for all. Stock up on Pervitin, folks. Yes, get your Pervitin now. Now we all just want to have sex with Tom Gully. Well, get in line. Mary is curious. For the love of Pete. For the love of Pete. That's two of them at the same time. Hi, welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Hey, Tom, this is Dan. How are you doing this evening, Tom?
I'm doing fine, Dan.
I want to talk about the vampire show.
We have to be more specific. There's a lot of shows about vampires.
Well, I really liked the vampire. Well, Dark Shadows is great, but I really liked Interview with a Vampire. Did you ever see that or read that book?
No.
You didn't? Well,
no.
What other vampire stuff did you like? I kind of like the gay vampires more than the straight vampires. I feel like vampires have it's an allegory for the AIDS crisis with the blood eating and the sexual undertones. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Well, my thoughts on that is that you're probably not real quick on the uptake because most of the vampire things happened prior to the mid-'80s. You know, Dracula, Bram Stoker, all that happened way before the mid-'80s when the AIDS became a thing.
Well, Anne Rice was around for the AIDS crisis.
Right.
Anne Rice wrote Interview with a Vampire well after the AIDS crisis, Tom.
Right.
So I think you need to.
That's just one example. That's one example. That's one example that would not have existed without the prior works of literature. So.
What are your thoughts on AIDS, Tom?
I don't really have any. I'm not a physician. Well, other than I hope you get it. Oh, darn, they hung up. Let's answer this one. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
It's going well. Who am I speaking with, caller?
Me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jesse P.S. from the Pod Awful Cult.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
How's it going this evening?
I was just going to say, what?
I said how's it going this evening?
I was just going to say something.
I was going.
What did you say?
I was there was because and I want to because
the N-word. What's with all these trolls you're having to deal with, Tom?
I don't know. Well, I can tell you what's up with them. They're mad because they have a big verse that they live in, and when they come here, I don't let them do whatever they want to do.
Did you give them a little touch up?
Just a little touch up for you. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I was enjoying some of the calls. The lady that called, I enjoyed that one.
It was good. But all of you guys did much better job than that. I mean, let's face it. I still live in mortal terror of your wife.
Same. You should live in mortal terror of all of us, to be honest. So we're not good people at all. But, we're good callers, I think.
I think you're good people. Not to me.
What do they think I don't understand what they think they're accomplishing right now. Does anybody who's even calling in have a show or something? Where is this even being shared for them? I don't understand the point.
I'm sure it's being shared by one of the Dabbleverse shows. One that we can discuss later that I think might be a good starting point for a project that we have in mind. But a guy named Granny is an issue alone. But yeah, that's where I think it's probably coming from. And these are super butthurt people. I mean, they can say anything, do it. If I'm on another person's show, they say all sorts of stuff about me. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. It's just do it. Yeah, great. Go on ahead. Here on this show, when I'm trying to do something, no, you don't get to do it. You don't get to one line at a time it with words that I may not appreciate and things of that nature. I'm not doing that. And, by the way, Jesse, and this is the truth. If these were people that watched the show or that contributed to the show, I'd have a completely different attitude about it. But when it's just, you're going to come in here on one particular night or whatever, you've never been here before, you're not contributing, you're not doing anything. No, there's not enough people that watch this show for me to just ignore it. If there were, then I'd ignore it. But, when you've got 4 people watching your show.
I would say even saying Dabbleverse show, it's probably giving too much credit. Dabbleverse show. I mean,
yeah.
The idea that there's even anything, none of these things are shows. And again, I've said this to you.
Yeah.
You know my feelings on this, so I mean no offense to you, but if you're doing it on StreamYard, it's not really a show. If you're doing it through StreamYard, you're not really making a show. You're streaming. You're a streamer. You're the same as, a certain ethnic group of people that love going live.
Well,
you and all your buddies, Tom, can talk about, the sports team or something. There's 15. There's 15 guys that look a lot like you wearing jerseys, and you're all talking about your favorite.
Well, we were talking about that last night, the sports show, but and that's not a show. I agree, that's not a show. It's just a bunch of guys talking. But see, I think I should get a pass because Jesse, this. I know how to use OBS. I could be using OBS if I want to, and frankly, I think I'm going to go to StreamYard. Because that's OBS and an overlay platform that I can use at the same time. And they don't take 30% of my money. They take far less than that.
Wait, StreamYard is the thing we were talking about.
I mean, Streamlabs. Sorry, Streamlabs.
Oh, Streamlabs. I got you, yeah. Yeah, the Streamlabs does have their own little version of OBS or whatever, too.
Yeah.
But I've never used it. Seems like
what do you use? Are you just straight OBS in that baby?
For now, I'm going to. I got a whole other rig I got to set up for some other stuff.
There's a new one out called MVS or something like that I've used, but it's very CPU demanding. It takes up a lot of your computer's operating and stuff.
Don't say CPU. CP. Me? I don't think so. No, sir. CPU maybe, but not CP me.
Makes a CP out of you and me.
No. Don't include me in that horse hockey. I know, Tom, I was doing my show. I was doing the lead-in to your show. And unfortunately, I think some wires got crossed. I think we were streaming at the same time or something.
We were, and I told you last night, and if you re-watch this show, you will see where I asked the listeners of this show how they will feel about it when we go an hour later.
I think you might have missed the memo. But anyway, the point is I did tune in late here, so maybe this is on my end of things. But as I've tuned in, I've heard all these callers. I've heard you getting mad at the idiots who don't know the etiquette, and I've been enjoying it, by the way, immensely. I loved it. It's actually feeling pretty classic in here right now. But I do have to say,
you feel like you're watching a best of episode from 2021.
A little bit, yeah. Not the calls, but your responses.
I know.
But the problem I'm having is I'm looking here at this title. Let me tell you about Dark Shadows. You haven't told me anything about Dark Shadows since I've been here, and I gotta say, very sneaky of you. Very, very sneaky of you talking about the dark shadows of the lives lost at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, those instant shadows of a human soul left on the sidewalk and walls, just so you can get around the rule about talking about World War II when it comes to a certain brown shirt group wearing, goose stepping.
No idea what you're talking about.
Stash. Yeah. Listen, I get it, Tom. You've got a certain love for a certain period of time in history.
Perfect
but
team.
Just switching it over to Japan does not change.
So you're outlawing all the Axis powers. Well, see, Jesse,
all the Pacific theater, the European theater. It doesn't matter. You can talk about Bikini Atoll, and I still know what you're thinking in your head.
Alamogordo. But see, here's the thing. The first hour of the show is all about Dark Shadows. 100%.
I'm sure. Well, all you think about are the dark days and the ashes that rain down from above of what was once a human's thoughts and life and dreams and flesh, and the dark shadow of a cloud that it left in the sky, and the scar on the earth that it left behind. And then in a flash, an instant, an entire people gone.
There's a name for those,
Nagasaki.
There's
Dark Shadow. Yeah, I know.
There's another name for them. But Ty Fromberg, thank you for the $1.99. Is this where radio nobodies go to die? I guess.
Well, you're here, Ty, so yes.
Well, that, and I am also still alive, which is a bit of a contrast, but...
Well, that's up for debate, Tom. I mean, reanimated maybe, but...
I'm, in some sense, I'm the walking undead. When they say the undead, that means... It means, but doesn't undead mean alive, or is it just you were dead, now you're undead? So technically you're not alive, you're just not dead anymore.
Well, Tom, how the kids nowadays, because of the TikTok, they all say unalive for murder or suicide. Yeah. They call that unaliving. So technically, no. I mean, it seems like the rule is holding true even in the modern age. I think it does mean, I think it just means dead, actually.
Yeah, and I'm not dead.
Or yeah, maybe you're right. I guess it is alive. Undead just means alive.
It's like
zombies on TikTok have to talk about undeading each other.
It's like non-inflammable. Do you want me to do a Carlin bit for you that will explain this?
Yeah, please really get extremely pedant about it.
So yes, I guess, I mean, if you're making the request and you're really serious about it, because I don't like changing the time of the show, because a lot of people have gotten used to this time. And I'm not convinced anyone will stay up later to hear this show. But if you really want me to, I will move. See, and then you can go ahead and Charlie Brown kicking the football, move it back if you want. But if you really want me to, and here's the other thing, Jesse, I don't think you should be my lead-in. I think I should be your lead-in.
Well, here's the thing.
You're the big star. You're the big star. I'm the, second banana.
I've only, excuse me, I've only tested this 7 p.m. Eastern time slot just this one time. I don't know yet. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm still testing waters. I might even go earlier. I might try to compete with Revenge of the Sisses type slot.
Okay, why don't we for the rest of this week just keep things as they are, and then you tell me what you want to do. I'm flexible.
Yeah, keep it where it is for now. I just, for today, I just didn't want to detract from you. That was all. I didn't, I know there are people who watch my show that also watch your stream, and I didn't want to steal them away from you. That's the only reason I was trying to get you to move it, because I knew I would be going live.
Both of them?
At 7 Eastern today.
You didn't want both of them to quit watching this show? Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe if they had been there, maybe if we weren't live at the same time, they could have been there to save you from these horrible trolls who are really getting you in ways you've never experienced before. I mean, imagine a guy making a tower of letters spelling words.
Yeah.
You've never once experienced that.
No. And people calling in with a ruse, if you will, and then,
He's not even deleting your shit, dude. Like, there's no reason to do the tower. You haven't been banned from the chat.
Yeah.
I had to do towers because you used to ban us.
Yes.
You were like, I burned through 150 accounts.
Jesse, Wendy, the slow adult from the Howard Stern show, is calling in. Would you like me to try and merge the call?
I don't know who that is, but sure. Is that a retarded person?
Hi, Wendy. How are you? Hello, Wendy. Wendy.
Hello. Yes.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Wendy, do you know the Jesse from Pod Awful?
No, I do not.
I think you're very beautiful, Wendy. Would you like to go on a date?
I'm sorry. I'm already taken.
So, cheat on him with me. Let's have sex.
I'm sorry. I cannot do that. I'm getting engaged with Bobby Nipples.
That's a very attractive name. I can see why you picked him.
He's hot. He's sexy. He's cute, and he got some nice boobs.
He's got nice boobs. Well, that's what I would look for in a guy if I was you too, Wendy.
Yes.
Do you ever squirt when you come?
Yes, I do.
Wendy,
You do? How far does?
Go ahead, Jesse.
Sorry, I don't know who this is. How far does your squirt go? Does it get all over the room, or is it just a little splash?
Oh, man.
None of your business, cunt.
Oh, Wendy, come on. No, she hung up.
I want to know.
That she left the call.
So that's like an actual retarded person that someone's just off mic telling her what to say?
Yeah, she's related to some of the Dabbleverse people, so
I could hear someone whispering to her all the words.
Yeah, they're kind of using her because they're classy people that way, but
I think that's fine.
Oh yeah, it's really, and thank you for continuing to raise the level of the intellectual highbrow show I'm trying to create here. The distance of that's going to make my best of.
It's a good troll when you are puppeteering a retarded person and then the random dude on the phone makes you hang up first. You nailed it. Nice. You could have gotten a retard to say anything and you panicked and screamed cunt and hung up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's who we're dealing with.
That you said that's a Howard Stern person? That's like
she was known as Wendy the retard, and then she became known in a fit of wokeness as Wendy the slow adult. And she's always been welcome here, and she's always gotten extremely nice treatment here. And we've donated to her. We've done a lot of things for Wendy when she's really needed it, and that's how we get paid back by that. So that's the kind of folks we're dealing with. They have no problem at all having a challenged person do their talking for them, which that says a lot. Says an awful lot.
They're saying in the chat room that you fear Granny. Is that true?
You've met Granny, Jesse.
He was the retarded guy wearing a onesie that I talked to for like half a minute.
Yes.
Is that right?
Does it strike you that I would fear him? Or is it maybe more appropriate to think I don't want to give him airtime or legitimacy? And this is the truth. And you've heard me talk to some people that hate me for long periods of time on the internet. There's nothing there for me. There's absolutely no benefit at all. It's not interesting. It's nothing. I'm not in the least afraid of him. It's just, why would I let you come on my show and just spare everybody to death with stuff I don't care about? I don't care about you. I don't care about anything you have to say.
Well, I don't understand what would you fear, that he would fall down the steps and hurt you?
Maybe. Well, he fell through his steps and knocked himself unconscious. The steps of his trailer. He just got out of rehab. He's drinking right on screen again. He's just a testament to just the evolution of
so close to having two quad fathers. How incredible would that be? What the entire world has been asking for. Another quad. What if Quadfather was drunk? That would be incredible.
Well,
is he still with that girl? The girl was the only decent part of the show. Wasn't that his girlfriend?
I think they might be married. I don't know. But there's
there's
some major trauma there too. I mean, there's got to be if you're going to settle for that guy. So but who? He's apparently a house painter or painter of houses or something. At least that's what I was told. And so you're in the building trades and you can't detect when your trailer front step is going to break through, and you fall through it and you knock yourself out. That's
Is somebody trying to call in right now?
No.
Oh, I say let him call in and merge it with me, and I'd like to hear what he has to say. Maybe he's trying to be nice, actually.
No, no. I don't need him to be nice. I don't need to be. I'll merge another call though, if you'd like.
I'd like to hear him out. I would just like to hear him out, and I'd like to.
Hello, caller. How are you?
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's what we're working with here.
This is Sydney.
Uh-huh.
From the far side.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't.
No, let him choke. Tom, you got to let him choke.
No, he's been here before. I've let him choke before.
Oh, just let him keep going with nothing. So this isn't even his first time trying?
No, it's not his first time trying. No, it's not his first. Well, I'll do it again. Okay.
That's why I'm saying
Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show.
You hang up on me, but you know that my Timmy's over there on the other side, and you just won't let me talk to him.
Oh, now you've got it. You didn't have the accent last
Oh,
time.
because he hung up on me within the first 4 seconds. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're really. That's a great. That's a great
24.
accent. That is an awesome. You're doing really great
Yes,
voice work.
Mr. Yeah, ever looked at that skin cancer bite on your face? Better.
Whoa, take two. Here we go. Try one
Well,
more
you
time.
know,
Okay,
shots
try it
fired.
again. Try it
The
again.
shots are
Like
fired,
a big boy. Try it again like a big boy.
Gotta say, a Bazooka Joe blaster in the face.
Yeah, you got to say
34.
that.
No, that's just. I would say it goes without saying, but he has to say it. You know.
Nigger.
You got it.
Oh.
You got
That's right, nigger.
Hey, you got
What up,
another,
nigger?
nothing.
24.
You got any other? You got any other
sorry.
jerky boys bits you can do?
Hey, someone just hacked my. They hacked it hard. Oh God, they hacking it.
See, Jesse, this is why it's just. There's just nothing. There's just nothing. There's nothing there. They're not even entertaining to let fuse out. They're just bad. They're terrible. They don't do a good voice.
Let him do his jerky boys bit and then say nigger and then just, who cares?
I do. I don't have time for that. If they were, again, interesting for an entertainment, you got to be one. You don't have to be all three of them, but you just have to be one. And I've had this guy on before, and it's the same thing every time. So I know to you this might be interesting, but to me, I've been down this road.
I literally didn't even understand a word he said other than the N-word.
I know. But see, he's going to go back and give himself a high five and all the other stuff. Yeah, go ahead. What do you got? Go ahead. Try not to talk when everybody else is talking. That will help people understand your completely ununderstandable nonsense.
I can't believe you're still here. That's so embarrassing.
Yes, sir. You listen to me, you little naughty booster.
Figure out those sentence. Come on.
Did the echoes clear out?
Figure it out. Come on.
Let's go. First you go to the left, then to the right. Boost.
This is pathetic, man.
Yeah. This is their shining champion they sent here to wow us with their scary talent. So anyway, let's see. I'm gonna get through these super chats and chats here. There's just too damn many of them. But anyway, I've been doing this. There's nothing. If it one time, for instance, when you went on the show last night and did the thing that you did,
yeah,
that was good stuff. This is not good stuff. It's just terrible.
I wish I had that recording. That was super funny.
Well, I wish I'd have known, because I would have recorded it. I was rolling screenless on that, as we say in the business. People are laughing. Oh, wow. Jesse dropping truth bombs. Yeah. And there's people that are coming in the chat room right now that just know I'm instantly going to ban them. Again, if they were contributing anything, if they had just come into the show one time ever before, I'd be like, okay, fine. There's several people in here.
Tom, I was talking on my show tonight. Have you ever heard of what they call dead internet theory?
No, but I'm intrigued.
You never heard that?
But I'm intrigued. Right. And Jesse, look, I'm about to write this down because it will soon be a topic. It will be let me tell you about dead internet theory.
You'll like it. Dead internet theory it's pretty basic. It's literally that there's basically no one else online. It's just you. That most of the interactions you have on the internet are with bots or spam or AI, there's nothing really there, especially on the surface level of the internet. Your Facebooks, your Twitters, things like that. Look into that. But anyway, I was positing that it's actually much, much worse than dead internet theory. I believe we're experiencing something I call Indian internet theory, which is that all the things you interact with online that you think are just bots and stuff are actually just an Indian guy trying to figure out the internet for the first time, getting paid to waste your time. And I have a strong feeling that your trolls tonight might just be Indians. Like that guy sounded like he had heard the Jerky Boys for the first time, was trying to work out how to do a Jewish guy's accent in real time.
Yeah.
So I think we might be now experiencing firsthand Indian internet theory when it comes to, like, I've never seen it done before, like Indian trolls. But this is how it would go if you had no concept of
culture,
of culture, of American culture, of how to talk, period, how to talk on a phone, how to use a phone, what an internet stream is. If you didn't understand just the basics of the world around you, but you were told to make a prank phone call into a stream, this is the result that you would be given.
Right.
So it's pretty incredible. It's kind of an amazing, nice thing that they're giving you, letting you experience this firsthand. The Indians as they figure this out. I bet are you like me where you get calls all day long from Indian scammers?
Well, the funny thing is the only time this particular phone line is open is when I'm on the air. And so
I just mean like on your cell phone.
But every time I open it up, when I say, okay, let's go to some calls, there's at least 20 calls from Indian spammers, So.
Yeah, I get them all day long. And that's going to be really fascinating when the next couple of years, you start picking up some of those, every once in a while you check just to make sure it's not something important, and you pick it up, and this time it's the exact same, when they're always like, hello, my name is Ryan Johnson. And you're like, okay, come on, I don't buy that. Isn't that going to be funny that instead of telling you they're with the IRS and they're calling about that money that you owe them, they're just going to be doing like, is your refrigerator running?
Well,
they're going to be trying to pull out the Prince Albert on you.
I was like it when they call, I'm calling from Verizon to see if you want a better deal on internet service. And I'm like, cool. What's your name? My name is Rusty. It's like, your name isn't Rusty. There's nobody named Rusty in India. Not one single person. Yeah, they don't really hey, you can watch basketball? Really? What kind of basketball do you like? I like this Michael Jordan person. Okay, he quit playing 20 years ago. Fine. Yeah, they're not really connected to the culture very well. I enjoy doing that with them personally.
Well, I think maybe we should let in a few more Indian prank callers.
No, there's none. Look, the people in the channel say I let these calls through all the time, and I just there and go. It's just me going. Is that all you got? Really? That's what you. But see, they will go back to their lair or whatever and high five themselves for a week of, hey, I got him to answer the phone. And it's just like, I don't even want you to have that now at this point. If you're doing it, again, it all comes down to what's in it for me. There's no what's in it for me. It's just now my channel is open to them to do things that people don't want to listen to. That doesn't sound logical to me.
Spiders.
Well, yeah, spiders, that's a different subject. Although, technically, the camel spider, not a spider.
What's your favorite spider?
My favorite spider? The last one that I heard crunch under my boot heel. I am a well-known hater of all insects, except the ones that pollinate.
Well, spiders aren't insects.
Insects and bugs. I'll put it that way. Bugs. All bugs must die is the actual quote.
Spiders aren't bugs. They're arachnids.
I know. Well,
let me tell you about
spiders. Hold on. There are arachnids that aren't spiders.
Of course.
Yes.
Scorpions.
Yeah.
Ticks.
Yeah. Granny.
Shrimp.
Platypus, because it belongs to every group. Yeah.
Platypus is a do platypi lay eggs?
They do.
They do. So they are monotremes then, along with spiny echidnas. Those are the two monotremes of the earth.
Yeah. Well, the platypus has got different, like the fact that it lays eggs is one of the things, because it's a mammal, and mammals don't lay eggs, but it is a mammal. So platypus falls into a bunch of different.
A mammal that lays an egg is a monotreme.
I will take your word for it.
You have to. You have to. It'd be too insane for me to just make that up on the spot.
No, not you. Not you.
Well, to be that confident about it, no giggling. No, I mean, come on. That would be crazy if you went and looked that up later. You're like, monotreme, that's insane. And then it turns out that's not even a word. I don't even know what I'm saying right now.
Well,
the Earth's monotreme.
I would say for most people that would be true, but for you, I think you could do that. I'm pretty sure.
I know all about the animals. I can name any animal.
I'm not as big of a fan of the animals maybe as you are. I don't have a great use for the animals.
You name an animal, I can tell you 15 facts about it.
All right, well, let's see if the caller here can help us with that. Hello, caller. Welcome to the Tom Gully Show. What's your favorite animal?
Hey, caller, name an animal. I'll tell you 15 facts. Let's go.
Hi, caller, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air. How can I help you tonight?
Okay.
No, I already did.
I see. I think it's about time for you to go. You were asked a question.
I see the herpes on your face, so you know what? Yeah. Scrape it off with a little.
Real herpes on there. Is that where herpes grow, on faces, doctor?
How sentences work. You fuck up every sentence you do, man.
Well, and herpes don't really grow on faces. So it's, I can tell you from.
Also, I did the call in as Tom talking to Tom bit fucking 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. Way better. I sounded like Tom.
Well,
that sucked.
That, and you also owned the show. You had an actual bit that went with the bit. It was just, this guy is just terrible. Terrible. Let's give him another try. Let's give him another try. Hi, caller. We're giving you another try. Do better this time.
I swear by the Mormon butthole that is in my rump that I will fire myself upon that mighty post, and we will join together and laugh. Hoya.
No.
Now, the Hoya is interesting. The Hoya is interesting because that comes from a show, and this is another thing about Dabble versus shows. Super creative, super original. Super creative, super original. There's a show called The Vibe. And but having worked in radio, I thought, The Vibe, wow, that is really original. That is really unique. And then I recalled that there is a station called The Vibe in Las Vegas, San Antonio, here in Dallas. There's probably 50 radio stations in the United States called The Vibe. So well done. Oh, by the way, I'll tell you something else original about this thing. Okay, caller, what do you got? Come on, give us your best shot.
What's your favorite animal?
Tom, this is Peter. This is Peter. I'm from New Jersey, and my favorite animal is the duck-billed platypus.
We already covered that. Thanks for calling. We already covered that.
They also have a venomous dew claw.
It's a very fuzzy animal that likes the eucalyptus leaf, and it's
huggable.
I gotta take you off of here because a couple of reasons. So this show
now.
called The Vibe. Listen to and I know you're a big fan of radio, Jesse. Listen to the things that happen on the Vibe. Laugh track, daily horoscope, celebrity birthdays, word of the day. Do you see where I'm going with this?
They do War of the Roses?
No, they don't do that. But every hacky, terrible, was probably done on a lot of places 20, 30 years ago, thing that can be done, they do it on that show. I'm telling you.
I mean, you don't have to. All these guys are calling in just doing things they heard from old shit. But how pathetic is it that I asked the last guy? I said, "What's your favorite animal?" And all he could come up with is the only animal we've already named.
It's what we're dealing with.
There's nothing going on in your. You can't fucking hang.
That's what I keep telling you. That's the level we're dealing with here. Hello, caller. What's your favorite animal?
Can you hear me? Please?
Okay, it's the same. It's the same guy, and he's just not got anything. It's the same throat punch guy that just has nothing. So, but see, this will be clipped tomorrow, and they'll all be going, "Look what we made him do."
For what? Who's going? Where's this going?
Well, it will remain in a cocoon within the Dabbleverse, and nobody else in the rest of the world will give a flying crap.
Every single person who would listen to it is already here listening.
That's the way they do it.
What would be the point of?
I don't know.
All right, I say next one, let them through. Let's just silently let them do their thing.
Okay. Well, but see, I've been doing that, Jesse. Is the thing. It doesn't.
Well,
it doesn't. I know on your show you wouldn't do this on your show. It's not good content. It's terrible content.
I would love to do this on my show, but people are too afraid to call into my show.
Okay.
They're too scared.
Hey there, caller. What's your favorite animal?
Hi. I do skin cancer research, and you should look on your face, please, and your teeth.
If we could make any word you said out, maybe that would have. No, it wouldn't have been funny. But see, this is why I don't like it, because it's my show, and this is crap content. It's just complete crap. If it was good, I would do it. It's not. If it was 3% good, I would do it. It's nothing.
Here's why it's okay. Here's why it's okay, Tom.
No,
you're right. It's crap content, but the people watching are the guys making the crap. So it's funny to force them to sit there and listen to how bad and unfunny.
I don't. No, that's no. As you noticed, I have changed the strategy of my show, and so other people now watch the show and will for a extended period of time due to the subjects that I pick. I don't want them to have to listen to this. That's, I'm trying to make the show shorter, not longer. And I open the phone lines because interesting people call in sometimes. Here, let's do it again here.
All right, well, call in with your favorite animal, people. I'll tell you 15 facts.
All right. Welcome to Tom Gully's show. What's your favorite animal?
Unicorns.
Not an animal.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
I didn't even hang up on him, and he went, yeah, okay. Defeated. Completely defeated.
By the way, I could tell you 15 facts about a unicorn.
Really?
In all honesty, 100%. But you just had to be special. You had to be precious about it. So
that's what we're dealing with.
Nothing.
That's what we're dealing with here. That's the intellect level. That's the level of human. It's the level of person, that we're dealing with.
The only animals they've been able to come up with so far, the animal we already said, and a mythical creature. All that time to think of it, and you came up with a mythical creature.
Rumpled Trenchcoat, the Colombo podcast, amazing show, says, "Is this the cigarette guy?" I don't know who you're talking about. I will assume yes. Let's see. Copy of a copy.
You or me.
Let's see. This Mary Jacobs, who I'm assuming is from your cult, says, "So embarrassing. Oh my God." Let's try again. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. What's your favorite animal?
It's a naked mole rat.
Okay, so here's some facts about the naked mole rat that you're going to love. Number one, not actually a mole or a rat. It's actually a separate...
That's two facts.
Delicious with barbecue sauce.
Tell us the 15 things. I don't want to hear from this guy anymore. You want to continue about the mole rat? Or I thought it was great that you had two things about the mole rat.
What did he say about
he said,
barbecue?
I don't know. Let's try another one. Hi, welcome to Tom Gully's show. You're on the air. What's your favorite animal? Get a lot of this, too. People that don't know how to operate a phone. Yeah, I'm not doing that guy again for a second here. I'm trying to put all these... I'm trying to get through these chats so I can get the hell out of here and eat a sandwich and go to your Discord until 4 in the morning.
Do you have the bank tomorrow?
No, I told you the bank is a once every 4 years proposition. Although I do have to call the bank. A company I just did a bunch of work for in England wants to pay me, and they don't want to use PayPal, so I have to have the bank tell me how to do an international payment. And we're going to have snow and stuff here, but I don't have to go to the grocery store till Saturday. So I'm good. I won't have to beat everybody to death with my dreading my next day's schedule. It'll be awesome. So.
Oh, they're Jesus Christ. They're restreaming you live right now on some other channel.
I'm sure they are. They have no content of their own worth of crap.
This is going so poorly for them. Why would they do this?
I know.
They're trying to get. So they've got your number up on their stream.
Sure.
Trying to get their guys to call in to troll you, but it's just the same. It's just the same guy. They've only got one guy.
I hear you. And here's the other thing. Jesse. As you're aware, they have the whole internet and all of the Dabbleverse to do things with, and they are so butthurt they can't do it here with their big bag of nothing.
Who
That's
the fuck
their
is
response.
this guy? It's called Uncle Jack. It looks like it's hosted by Buck Angel.
I don't know who Buck Angel is. So.
Oh, that's a female to male trans person.
Oh,
that's a bald.
Yeah, that's probably Uncle Jack. Yeah, he's got half a tongue. 60% of a tongue, and he's the guy that wrecked his wrecker. He's apparently got a kid that he knew nothing about raising or something.
How did I know this was a fucking StreamYard thing too?
Yeah, I know.
Not a show. You don't do a show.
But they're
man.
so incensed.
Give up.
Now, these are people that have had KKK puppets, hugely homophobic, hugely racist, and now they're the guardians of who can be banned and who can't be banned. We don't ban anybody. I'm sure you in your real life will allow a homeless person to take a dump in your living room. I won't. And that's what you are to me. You're that person.
So are these the guys that freaked out? I couldn't even get a retarded girl to keep the fucking joke going? Or was it a third party who did that?
Well, it's a interested, it's a kindred spirit, if you will. So yeah. Well, these are the sort of people. It's just lower downs. People that if I passed on a sidewalk, I would step over and continue my day. People that would not be allowed to even deliver food to the building I work at. That's what we're talking about here.
It's crazy to me that this granny guy is on 2 shows that steal content from me. There's a Quad Father one, and then this one. Tom Gully is my intellectual property. You're not allowed to. Nobody knows Tom Gully. Okay, this is my guy. This is my thing. You saw it from me. That's the only reason you even know about Tom Gully's Dabbleverse is because
I'm on a lot of.
I know that. No, I'm not taking anything away from you. But what I'm saying is, Quadfather covered you a couple weeks back when I was on your show live. Remember, he was covering you because Quadfather watches Pod Awful. He was stealing the idea from me. And now this granny idiot is stealing it from him, stealing from me. It's crazy. Tom Gully is intellectual property of Pod Awful. Stop this.
Well, and then you got this thing where Granny, he's crazy. He's so hilarious. He's this. It's like, look, if he was, I'd be the first person to say so. He's not. He's just not.
You've already done all the jokes you can do on Tom Gully. Like, you haven't come up with a single thing yet other than copying old fucking shitty radio. Like, how old are these guys? Are these guys in their 50s?
Yeah,
doing this stuff.
Well, the Uncle Jack is, but this is more. See, Jesse, I never even mention their names on this show, ever, because that's what they want. They need some form of attention, and they're just the most idiotic. Hey, it's our right to come into your show or on your chat room or do whatever we want. No, it's not. Kick rocks.
Embarrassment. This is some of the most embarrassing prank calls I've ever, as a professional prank caller of many years, the worst. And this Uncle Buck guy, Uncle Buck Angel's got tits. I got to point that out too. He's got tits.
Let me just tell you another Uncle Jack. Let me tell you another Uncle Jack story. He was going to this big Dabbleverse event called Dabbleverse 2 or whatever, DabbleCon 2. And he was chatting this girl up online that he flew in, that supposedly he was going to get busy with. Nothing. Got nothing from her. Fed her, put her up and flew her back. That's, if I flew a girl out, I'd definitely be closing that deal. But once you got to look at him, apparently, and the personality, I'm abrasive, whatever. They don't like that. Hey, there's somebody in here. It says Radio Shaman. Damn, and I thought my Hank calling was bad. I can't. Wanda says Shaman is in chat. Shaman,
that was. I think that was really him, but I haven't seen him pop up again in a little bit.
Now he calls in. Now we got a show. Call in.
I would
Shaman.
love for him to call, but he's too scared to call in.
Well, both of us at the same time, please. He couldn't handle that. I'm going to have to just skim through the rest of these chats because there's just too many of them, Jesse. Let's see. Dupa says, love you, Tom. I'm a hack writer. I don't understand the hate. I love gotta go sleep, fight nice kid. Love you too, Dupa. Now, see, Dupa has been in here a million times. She's contributed to the show. She's got a huge amount of leeway. Some of these other people, no. If you think you're going to show me by coming in here and showing your ass, it's not going to happen. And you
made them cope. You made them cope over on their stream. They're doing this is old news cope over on their stream. Guess what? If something gay and embarrassing happens to you in the past, it continues being embarrassing no matter how much time has passed. Time does not heal all wounds. We will laugh forever. If I found out you sucked a dick in 19-dickety-2, I'm still laughing about that in 20-dickety-20. So.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the Tom Gully Show. What's your favorite animal?
A dog. Hey, Tom Gully, this is Stephen Bravo calling in. I think Granny and them was wanting to call and apologize to you.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been listening, but I don't care.
Oh, okay.
All
well,
right.
That's all I wanted because I know they were just trying
it.
to get in and apologize.
Okay. I apologize. That's wonderful. Thank you for
Did
calling.
you say your favorite animal is a dog?
He left. So what are they saying is old news?
That story you were telling about him a minute ago, the embarrassing stuff.
Oh, that story from the last 6 months or whatever it was? Old news.
Yeah, old news, man.
Right. The half a tongue thing, we can never talk about that again because it's old news. Are you crazy? Please. It's just absolutely moronic. Squirrel Stream.
All right, I tell you what, Tom, I'm gonna shut up, and then I'm gonna let you. Don't take any calls. I'm gonna let you read all of the chats, so that. But don't read any of the ones about whatever's been going on, to make their stream boring. Okay, you get through that. Kills two birds with one.
Tom Gully founded the Dabbleverse. Tom, answer please. I'm a mother of 4. Answer. I've been answering. Dennis Rahman says, Tom, you have a 1960s hippies father face. Thank you. Thank you. Here's one. Iana Blot. That says, this is the least entertaining show I've ever seen. Well, you haven't seen Uncle Jack's Jack Shack then. And because it is so bad, I will save you from yourself. Let's see, that turkey sandwich ain't going to eat itself. That's right. I'm to the end of the chats now because I blew through so many of them. So I'm actually at the end of it. Okay, we'll try the anonymous caller one more time, for crying out loud. Because our good friend Jesse here is into that sort of thing. Hello, caller. You're on the Tom Gully Show. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is a snaggletooth cocksucker named Tom Gully.
Jesse, do you have 15?
Right.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of facts about Tom Gully.
Let's hear him. Let's go.
So he used to live in Utah, for one. His brother was a police officer, man.
Ding! Now the duly elected sheriff of that county.
Mm-hmm. Despite his snaggle teeth, Tom gives excellent blowjobs as a cocksucker. I love him. Did that get a ding? Am I getting a ding?
No, that's not getting a ding. I'll give you the ding on that later, my man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Tom worked on the Real Radio. I heard him with my own ears on the Real Radio. That's true. Ding. He's a Real Radio guy. Ding. Tom claims to have worked at Cartoon Network. I don't know if that one's true, but I'll choose to believe him on that one.
All right.
Tom is Tom's a world traveler.
Keep doing your keep doing your thing, and I'll bring you proof. Hold on. Keep doing your deal.
Okay. Tom was Tom's been in like a decades-long fight with children because they called him a pedophile on Facebook, and he tried to ruin their lives afterward.
You son of
which I'm morally against, but it is pretty funny. What else do I know about Tom? He worked at a school as I don't know what exactly your official role was there, but I think he did they had like a school radio thing there that he helped with.
I started
and
that.
I know. Right.
I started that, and I was a teacher, and I was also for more than one school at the same time, and I was also IT guy for the system.
Yeah. Tom's super into Nazis, and he's a Holocaust denier.
I am not a Holocaust denier. Okay, Jesse, if you look at your screen,
a revisionist.
If you look at your screen, here is an old, yellowed, weathered box, older and more yellowed than my teeth or my face, from Cartoon Network. I'm now opening the box, and let's see here. There's 4 of them, I guess.
Thank you for the call, DJ Electra.
So here are my Cartoon Network business cards. Now, there's one printed on front and back. There's 2, a completely different card with completely different characters on it. There's 3, a completely different card with completely different characters on it. And there's 4, a completely different card with it. Now, if you think I went out and printed an entire box of these and then left it to weather and yellow from 2000 or whenever it was, then you think that. But I did, in fact. I was the editorial director of the Cartoon Network. And there's, by the way,
you just that's actually a funny bit.
There's other evidence of that on the internet. So you're doing your thing where you're pretending that you don't know that. I'm listed on like CDs and videos and stuff from Cartoon Network as the editorial director.
CDs nuts.
Mary Jacobs, Tom is not actually Frankenstein, despite a striking similarity in physical appearance. Mary must be from your cult. The internet's boyfriend coming in clutch with 15.
Oh, I think she just intuited that on her own. I don't know who that
is. Props, Tom. You're holding your own, but something is driving you crazy. I don't know what it is, but never heard of no cult. Yeah, that's what a cult member would say. So
no, not my cult. They're proud of being in a
So
cult.
it's old news. Granny seething and coping. Well, they can do whatever they want. Go live a life. Dry out first, maybe. But go live your life. Do your thing. Dennis would like to know who cuts my hair, my high school football coach. Well, what's it to you? Jesse, would you like to tell him who cuts my hair?
I would imagine like a loose orangutan or something. Something escaped the zoo and got its mittens on a pair of clippers.
Dude, I thought you knew this. It's funny to me the things, well, it's scary to me the things that you actually know. And then there's things that you don't know that amaze me that you don't know them. Rick from New York, no, really, Tom, what happened? Rick, there's certain people that reach a certain level of, I want him to be here, and there's certain people that don't. He's on the don't list. He can do his own thing with his own people. What's hard to understand about that? I don't get it. What a shame. I read the whole channel description. Still don't know what this channel's about. Well, you're going to have to work on your comprehension, Sarah. Tom doesn't cut his own. Doesn't Tom? See, Tim Jenkinson got it. Doesn't Tom cut his own hair? He's British. Yes, I cut this hair. I don't use a flow.
Okay, that's pretty similar to what I said.
What did you say?
A loose orangutan that escaped the zoo.
Not even close. Not as an animal person, you should be ashamed of yourself.
You think if they shaved an orangutan and put it in a dress and put some lipstick on it, you could fall for it? Think it's a pretty lady?
No, I don't think so.
Because that is, you can do that. There's certain places on this earth in Asia you can go where they have shaved orangutan prostitutes.
Are you going to use Asia as the benchmark? There, I did a show about eating bugs, you know, what cultures actually eat bugs for nutrition or food, you know. And somebody said, where in the world do they do this? And I said, they do it in all of the places that you would imagine that they do it. If you can imagine people eating bugs as a meal in a place, that's where they do it. The list is exactly what you would think it would be. Sarah says, I have to work on my comprehension, or do you need to learn how to write a proper description for your channel? No, I don't. Everybody else gets it, Sarah. Sarah, at a certain point, if everybody else gets it and you don't, I'll talk to a smart friend. They'll do the math for you on that. Tim Jenkinson says, at least if you go to prison, Tom, you can work as the prison barber. Exactly. It's my backup plan. Rumpled Trenchcoat says,
no. Only if every prisoner is you.
No. This is a prison haircut. They don't let you just have any haircut.
You're just cutting your own hair. You don't have any experience cutting a head outside of your own.
Yes, I do.
Whose fucking head are you touching?
Several. Too many to list. Rumpled Trenchcoat says, what shade of lipstick? Good question. Let's know what shade of lipstick on the orangutan. With
the orangutans? I would imagine orange. It's kind of their color.
Isn't it orangutan or tang? Which one do you prefer? I heard you like some tang once in a while.
No, I say tan.
Orangutan. Do you say jaguar? Do you say jaguar or jaguar?
I say jaguar because I'm not a filthy Brit.
Okay. I say jaguar, but I could say it either way because I own one. Dennis says, are you wearing a jersey on a jersey? Is that a collar? No, this is a compression shirt. This is a baseball shirt, as Jesse would like to say, or your 3/4 sleeve, and then this is a pullover. It's like 20 degrees out right now here in Dallas. No, actually, well, it's gonna be 20 anyway. So yeah, I guess they've all moved on, but it's old news. The dumb things are old news. But see, I just don't understand. It's like, go do your thing. What's the big deal? You hate this show. You hate me. Why do you need to be here?
They're doing their thing.
No
content, no good calls, no good pranks, stealing ideas. That's what they're doing, is their thing.
That's a badass haircut. Looks like Howie Long. Thank you. God, I'm getting great compliments tonight. Tom rocking that high and tight.
Looks more like Howie Short.
Yeah, it's jersey on jersey. No, it's not. The other one is not a jersey. It's the thing that's under the jersey. Get with it, Dennis. Come on. Don't ask me questions and then I give you the answer and you just write your own answer. Let's see. Mary says it really looks jersey on jersey. It's not. In fact, the undersleeve thing is, this is the compression shirt. The undersleeve thing is from that elementary school. It says like Loa Elementary on the front of it. But think what you want. If it makes you happier to think there's a jersey under here, you go right ahead. Wanda says, I love Tom. Thank you, Wanda. I will expect you to sing that to me in the Discord later. Why are we no-selling jersey? It's not normal. I don't know. In case you don't know about... Okay. Let's see here. Mary Jacobs says, I think it's a Rangers jersey. I do have a Rangers jersey here. This isn't it. It's unnatural is all. Have you seen your avatar, Dick Breath? Okay. Justin Trudeau, wrestling. So, Jesse, I'm caught up with all the chats. I think tomorrow's show is on like weird riots or something. And I'm going to...
What does that mean, weird riots?
It's riots that happen for not that great of a reason. They're strange things to have a riot about, is what it is.
Okay. And Sam Bibb, he blocked your number because you're a bad prank caller. If you got blocked, it's because you sucked.
Yeah, Sam, you had to know that was coming.
You were given all of you were given every chance. I came swinging for you, giving you every opportunity. As a fellow troll caller to this show.
Oh, God, people.
I gave you every opportunity. You didn't take it. You suck. You guys stink. You literally stink. And by the way, you got like 10 more people watching than Tom. Like, maybe hang it up. You're not better than Tom. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I'm just one guy. Yeah.
And by the way, some of those people watching right now, because I mentioned you, they're watching because they're in the chat to make fun of you. I see several people who, by the way, some guy, they've timed out some of my guys and banned them for talking shit too. I saw it happen with my own eyes.
Oh, really? Because
you know it's a good show when like half the chat are moderators.
Well,
there's something good about that.
And say what you want about me. How many mods do I have?
None. In fact,
Zero.
you let that one guy go. The dude who was doing the towers of I don't even remember what he was saying now, but he was just one letter at a time doing it.
Yeah.
You let him go for like an hour at least doing that, and he's in the chat complaining that he got banned. It's like you were spamming. I literally said, I tried to give you the clue.
I know.
And said, like, well, don't say, you can say anything, just don't do the tower because then it becomes spam. Yeah. And he kept going, and that was the only time that I was shocked you were letting him go as long as you did.
Well, Rumple Trenchcoat, who's always on point, says you let him start on third base, and instead of heading home, he ran over to first.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
I mean, listen, as a guy who spent 2 years doing nothing but fucking with this man, Tom Gully, absolutely shattering his life. Not just his stream, his actual real life sometimes.
Guys, let me tell you. One of the
horrific. I'm so apologetic because we did horrific things to this man. We had to invent an entire new way of trolling him because of the chats. He used to ban us so fucking quick. We had to come up with new tricks in order to fuck up his chat room. He let you go for an hour and you fucking stunk. All you came up with was faggot, and now you're upset that he banned you? An F slur tower. You think he's never seen that? Look at this guy. You think he's never seen the F slur hurled at him before? Look at his fucking haircut.
Maybe don't defend me quite so much. The thing of it is, Jesse, that other show.
Stop calling me Jess in chat to these freaks. You don't know. No one calls me Jess. I'm not your friend. One of the grossest.
I didn't call you Jess.
No, not you, Tom.
Oh, okay.
These guys in the other chat room are calling me. There's a guy who thinks he knows me and is shortening my name to Jess. Nobody does. You know who the only person who does it? A black guy one time called me Jess. It was so uncomfortable.
Well,
it's very familiar of you. It's very parasocial and creepy that you would just assume you can call a man Jess. I don't think you should even call Tom. I think you should call him Thomas. You don't know this man. It's too informal. You can refer to me as sir or master.
Oh, caller, you got to turn that radio down, caller. You're on the Tom Gully Show.
What's your... saw.
You're on the Tom Gully Show. Oh, Jesus. You're on the Tom Gully Show. What's your favorite animal?
Well, I'm not going to choose platypus, right? That's off. Cougar, a tiger, something with sharp claws that rips people apart. Their eyes are in front. They're apex predators.
Can't even
listen. I just want to say one thing.
Whoa! Jesse?
Tom, how about you? Did you ever choose a favorite? Tom?
Greg, you're doing my job for me. You're naming all the facts before I can get them.
Oh, gotcha. Tom, did you ever choose a favorite animal?
No,
officially?
Greg,
he's
call me
messing
Jeff.
up the bit. He's messing up the bit. Jesse, here's the thing about that other show. Their big credo is we don't ban anybody ever for any reason. No reason, ever. We don't ever ban anybody. And we all saw what happened tonight. We all saw what happened tonight, didn't we?
They're going to lie about it. They're going to lie about it. But I saw them do it with my own eyes. I watched comments disappear right out from in front of me.
Stella was saying that they were doing that. You know. So, yeah.
Very sad. Anyway, I'm sure that I've never seen this guy, this Buck Angel character before. Maybe he's actually really good and funny, but
no. Jesse, when you're that age, if you were good and funny, you'd have a full-time job doing it a long time ago instead of wrecking your record. Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully Show. You're on the air. Jesse dropped out for some reason. It was just a dropped call. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air. Okay, you're just going to keep hanging up. I don't care. Let me see if I can get Jesse back here really quickly. Oh, man. I got to see if I can... Oh, come on. Yipes. Now we're talking. Sorry about that. It just dropped out.
Yeah, it just hung up on me by accident, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're over there. They're lying. You know, I just mentioned a minute ago the Sam Bibley guy and how you got blocked because you sucked as a troll.
Yeah.
Now he's such a worm pretending he blocked me because I prank called him. I literally told him I was Sam Bibley. That's the point. It was a bad call.
Yeah.
You're not you don't understand that your call was bad. It was bad because it's something somebody didn't like. As bad because it wasn't funny, and you stunk, and you tripped over your word. Every single person from that show that called in couldn't form a coherent sentence. You have one job as a guy on the internet talking into a microphone. It's forming coherent sentences. You might as well be Comedy She-Man at this point. But I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know why I'm talking. I don't know why I'm defending fucking Tom Gully.
He's terrible. They're terrible. They're just, you heard what's coming from there. He's not smart. He doesn't know anything. His thing is just, hey, well, let's go screw with these people. That's it. That's all there is there. And by the way, with 60% of a tongue, I think, because he had cancer or something, I think his body realized at some point. His body said, this guy's brain can't generate 100% of use for this tongue in terms of things to say.
He literally has 60% of a tongue?
Yep.
Okay, well, then he gets a pass for not being able to form a sentence.
No, he hasn't called in. He hasn't called in.
He's physically retarded.
Well, that and his, like I said, his brain at some point went, no, he's overloading that tongue. He only has enough things to say and information in his head and eloquence to earn 60% of a tongue. The whole thing.
I did hear your call, Sam, and it stunk. And it stunk up the room. And I was in a Discord call with people where we all heard it, and we were all saying how bad it was and how unfunny and shitty you were. And that was before we knew anything about you being in the audience of this terrible StreamYard black person fake podcast, whatever the fuck you call this gay ass shit you guys are doing. This shit sucks. All this shit sucks. Tom, you got to get it out of this world.
I keep telling them that. It's like, I don't, if they were good at it, I think, probably better than most, if people make fun of me and it's funny, I laugh harder than anybody else. And there are people that can do it. And I would let them call in and do that all day long if it was entertaining. There's nothing here. It's not so bad. It's interesting. It's just nothing. It's awful. It's just terrible.
Every single one of these streams in this universe looks like an AA meeting. It just looks like a bunch of guys getting together trying to figure out how to get through the next day. This Uncle Buck guy looks like he's taking every day one step at a time,
Well, kind of the way it is. They've all, it's a substance abuse festival, Jesse.
Oh, he's actually drinking on stream. It's not going well. I don't know. There's just something about these guys. They all have that same trashy look. Like, whatever the Dabbleverse is, it attracts white trash like nothing else on the internet. It might as well be the fucking gathering of the juggalos. And actually, that shit's more respectable. And the ICP has some talent. This shit is insane. And every single chat room for it reads like an AA meeting or an NA meeting.
And do you
know can tell they're all putting their hands on each other's shoulders and like getting through this together. If you're watching Tom Gully, if your entire, and this is no offense to you, Tom, as a guy who's done whole episodes about Tom, I have never once done an episode where all I did was sit there and quietly stream Tom's show. If your entire content is just Tom's stream, you don't have anything. Because Tom barely has anything. The man was talking about a television program from the 60s. Okay? The guy's got nothing on his plate for these shows. He talked about spiders yesterday. Your stream, you're digging the bottom of the barrel at this point. What? Aaron Imholt didn't do something today? He didn't stream something up for you? You had to come digging for fucking Tom? I don't know. It's just pathetic. As the preeminent Tom Gully troll, this is...
And now we're on the same network.
You're just too late. You're too Johnny come lately for Tom Gully, because Tom used to get mad about this stuff, and then we fucked up his life so crazy that now he's friends with us, which doesn't make any sense.
No, you know what makes you know what?
At the call.
What makes
I promise you guys, you have not seen Tom Gully mad. They're sitting there thinking they got you, Tom.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm telling you, I've seen Tom Gully so furious, shaking with anger. You know, for a while, the fact that he's still on screen proves that he didn't get mad at all, because we made him so mad that he stopped showing his face for like 2 years on the internet.
Well, no,
he put
up no.
terrible title card. He used to put up. He once Googled a stock image of some random guy with long hair, and then put some text over it just to insinuate that it was me and that I'm the crazy retard. And he would put that on screen for like his whole episode. And he's basically doing a show about me at that point, and I've still never done an entire stream where all I did was stream Tom Gully live. You've got nothing. If you're at this point, you've got less than nothing. Thank you.
Well, and what's even crazier, Jesse, is that I frequently let you say words after you say, no offense to you, Tom, but that never ends well for me. That just never, ever ends well. But yeah, they think they're onto something here. And it's just like, no, you know, I even you can remember when, I don't know whether it was Smokane or Scott, called me in and talked about, remember I started calling him bread stealer? I have had 45-minute long conversations with people that are insulting me the whole time from your cult. They were good at it. It was interesting. There is nothing. There's not a germ of talent amongst all of them put together. Nothing. So they're not good at it.
Peter Sky Parker in the other chat makes it great. I said the N-word, and you act like it never even happened. Tom's not even really affected by that anymore. If like you're not just screaming it like a crazy person, which I've done. We did that. Tom has had to sit there through us just calling in, screaming the N-word. It's all been done. Tom is a well-worn tread mark, you know, across some Vietnamese guy's face. And you're not going to make an impression, is the point. There's nothing left. Tom's barely a man.
There's scar tissue. I'm 100% scar tissue at this point. And yeah, there's nothing you guys. That's what I told you this last night. It made me, and I tend to process things too much maybe sometimes, but they were like, we're going to get you. And Granny's like, I'm going to get them. You're going to take me on. And I actually laughed out of pure instinct. It didn't even have to be processed through my brain, because it was like, you think you're going to do things to me? It's funny because I've been through this other thing. See? Yeah. It's interesting. I'm not watching their thing. I never watch their thing. There's nothing in it for me whatsoever. So, and by the way, go do your thing. Please have a nice life, you wet brain, talentless, never going to accomplish anything, zero skins on the wall. Couldn't get one of the jobs I've ever had, full-time in communications for a living. That's never going to happen for you. Go ahead. Live in your little 3,000 person bubble of slap fighting. I'm not stopping you. Have a good time with it. But here, where I'm doing something, no, we don't need you.
Also, why does Uncle Buck's neck look so vaginal?
Well,
It looks like it has labia.
I don't know. It's Uncle Jack.
What?
And it's
Whatever.
Uncle Jack's Jack Shack, which, whatever. But I talked to that guy 5 hours when he first started his show. Gave him all the advice I could. And he just kept saying, I like to screw with people. I was a part of the pest on Opie and Anthony, and when people lived in terror of us. No, they didn't. They never did. They never did. And your big claim to fame is you were a faceless, nameless, throng person of pests. That's it. That's your big yeah. Oh, definitely. You should have a show. You should definitely have a show.
Tom, sorry, I have to say this. This Opie and Anthony, it's over. It's been over for so long. I'm sorry, and again, Tom, I apologize.
What are you apologizing to me for? You think I watch it or listen to it anymore? Again,
no.
It's not 2006. I don't watch it. I don't listen to it.
I haven't said the sentence yet. I'm pre-apologizing for this.
Oh.
The people who are into Opie and Anthony still in the year of our Lord 2025, the people who think that ever mattered are faggots. Sorry I said it. I have to say it. It must be done. You're such losers. That shit was By the way, Opie and Anthony was never good. I've listened to it after the fact. I've listened to the YouTube, your top clips. It's the worst shit ever. It's so cringe. Every little thing they criticize other radio shows for, they do. They're not funny. Every single joke of theirs is them being sarcastic. It's just sarcasm. It's them purposefully, sarcastically bombing. Sorry, that's just bombing. You're just bombing on your own show with no pushback. Your jokes are flailing. The whole car crash sound effect and all that shit. The reason they have that is because everything they say is this quote-unquote purposeful bombing. O&A was never good, and you're obsessed like a loser with this old man thing if you're into that. It's over. You have to move on.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying. Tomorrow's show will be about caterpillars. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So let's see here. Melanie and Vicky used to listen to O&A a long time ago. Never once participated in their WOW deal. I don't think Skype sometimes lets me merge the calls, and sometimes it just does not cooperate, and it's not cooperating right now. Darn it. Dang, dong, darn.
Well, I'll jump off of here if you want to take some
I
calls.
am so not going to. When you're done, I'm done. I'm about to close this thing down. Jesse, are you planning on wearing a onesie anytime soon on your program?
No. And Tom, you know what? I hate to even say this, but you should copyright strike their stream. They're not transforming it. They're literally they're saying in chat they're not content creators. You're right. You've created nothing. You've transformed nothing. You've stolen Tom's stream. This is what we're watching right now in real time is a theft take place. Sorry, but Tom's stream is much more entertaining, much funnier, and you've added nothing. I believe you should DMCA their stream. I don't say that lightly. I would never normally say that.
You're really you're against that big time.
I'm very against that thing, but I've got them muted. I'm not actually like listening to them, right?
You're just watching the stream.
They're not talking. They're just sitting there most of the time, and when they do talk, the guys in the chat are like, mute your microphones. We can hear you. Stop. So they're not. They're doing the classic black guy steal content where they just put their face over top of it and then go, ha, 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 look at that. That's not. You haven't added anything. You haven't done anything by doing that. So you're stealing my intellectual property, Tom Gully, and you're stealing Tom Gully's show which I also own. I'm going to DMCA this now. Actually, I've convinced myself. I think I can legally DMCA this entire stream.
Well, you don't
now.
have to even do that. Jesse, I think you have. Well, we can talk about it later. I know of something else that would be really a lot easier. But
I would never do that.
Shattered Dimension says non-tent creators.
I will never, just to be clear, I will forget about this entire happening. I will forget about Uncle Buck guy, and I will never, ever, there will be no further interactions. I'm done after this. When I tuned in, I was doing my show, and then we tuned in over in the Pod Awful Cult to Tom. I was telling everybody they got to go watch Tom, and we saw you were getting trolls, and it just felt so classic. We were really loving it, but we were loving your responses to the trolls because it reminded us of back what you used to do to us.
Yeah.
And but all of their calls were so embarrassing. Everybody in the call was like, "This stinks so bad." So I thought legitimately that maybe the calls, not just the pranks either, the people like quote unquote calling for real, I'm being real. I thought maybe you were stepping on them too much, and my entire point of calling in was to try to get you to give them a shot. God damn, they did not deserve this shot.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you was I've been down this road with those people, and there is nothing. Nothing is coming. I let a few of them talk a little bit, and then, but there's not going to be anything at the end of the rainbow there. It's just nothing. There's nothing. King TL, I'm not saying...
I did. I mean, admittedly, though, I did think it'd be funny to just purposefully turn your stream into, the troll show.
Yes, I know. You're always
trying to encourage you a little bit more. I just thought it would be
looking
better.
for a way to
help. Honestly, I haven't even heard them talk. They might be great. Their show is probably better than yours.
Nope.
I'm gonna, I give it to Uncle Buck. I bet you he's got a good program going on, and a lot of the people who watch it seem like good people. That's probably why so many of them have wrenches in his chat.
They seem like a real good bunch.
I think they're probably nice. Can you unblock them all?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Sure.
Will you unblock them all in your chat at least?
Oh, sure. I'll get right on.
And then
that.
if they spam, sure, block them again. The constant over and over again. That's a reasonable request. But I say let them have their say. And unblock all their phone numbers and take their calls.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'm gonna do that right away as soon as the show's over. Let them all back in. Again, look, if it just keeps coming to if you were supporting this show, even watching it, you don't have to like me, you don't have to say nice things or contributing to it. Different story. But if it's just I'm going to walk in here and be an ass and then run back to my little cubby hole with my buddies and have a pussy powwow and go, look what I did, then I just find somebody else to do that with.
And I make a suggestion. The last time you had me as an official guest on your show,
I was very official.
You asked for a little bit of advice, some streaming, some show advice.
Yes.
I think I've got a great little piece of advice for you here. I don't want to give it unsolicited, though.
Jesse, do you have any advice that I could have?
All right. Now, this is a concept. It'd be a big, you'd have to commit to this, but I think it could actually make an incredible show. What if you made Lemme your co-host? This, Granny's wife. I think you should sort of wife cuck him and turn her into the permanent co-host of the Tom Gully Show. She'd be a great addition, and he'd be forced to sit there, and she'd be the only person who's allowed to get through onto your show, and he'd be forced to sit there and listen to her talk to you every day. She'd do it too, I think.
I actually have a great deal of respect for Lemme on a few levels, but she's not going to do that. I don't think she'd be interested in doing that.
I wouldn't go so far as to say you have respect for her. I mean, she did marry that retarded guy. But
well, I said on a few levels. I mean, she has a lot of poise, and she usually, and I think if you were as abused as you have to be by another person's drinking and sort of absentee parenting and knocking themselves out, come on, you're at the grocery store, and that's my man. Yeah, he knocked himself out standing on the front step. That honestly, sort of level of lack of self-esteem. But
honestly, you could just fool Lemme into becoming your co-host. You could tell her you're quad father, and she wouldn't know the difference. She would think she was just on his stream. So
that's true. And there's another mental giant that's clearly going.
I like quad father.
Really? What's likable about that guy?
I like Uncle Buck.
Well, I get what you're doing. No, I get what you're doing. Yeah, no, I see. I get it. Yeah,
what am I doing?
I do. No. I like them too. They're great.
No, I do like Quadfather. I think his show sucks. His show is terrible. I mean, everything I said on it is 100% true.
I know.
His show reeks. It reeks for weeks.
And you also said that you supported anything I do on that show. So I agree. That was a good appearance for you.
It was great. But this like I said, this Uncle Buck guy might be a great, funny, awesome. I bet he's a wild guy to hang out with. His show blows. He's literally just restreaming Tom Gully. His show sucks, but he might be excellent too. I don't know, but I do like Quadfather. I don't want to put it out there and make people think that I hate him or something. I hate his co-host.
Well, there's a bunch of things there, but when you can end any sort of he's wanting to make fun of you or whatever, and all you have to do is gesture to him and go, hey, I can't do any better than you've already done to yourself.
You can't. You can't be absolutely so hard.
And then a guy that wrecks his record, it's the same thing. That's the thing about these people. I don't need to make fun of you. You've done all the work. It's just hold up a mirror and it's over.
Tom, you can't go but so hard on Quadfather. The man is a fake quadriplegic.
Well, yeah, but he's still good and non-fully functional. He's nicked and dented enough for me to enjoy what he did to himself.
The guy, through all his adversity, if you see, that's the thing, is he's not mentally retarded. He's only physically retarded.
He is dumb as dirt.
I didn't say he's smart. I said he's not mentally retarded. So he's slightly, he's above. He's like room temperature IQ. But the point I'm making is, if you remember that he is, bound to a wheelchair, spinning around for all his days inside of his haunted abode, it's easy to forget that because you mostly just see him from the shoulders up. So you forget that he's like, a physical retard. But if you remember that he's, doing pretty poorly otherwise, then it's pretty easy to forgive how slow and boring his show is.
And he looks too much like Ming the Merciless for me to ever forgive him for anything due to what he did to Flash Gordon and Dale Arden. Kim Warfield says, it's a publication sent to me from the Klan members in West Virginia. They thought I was one of them. Yes, my good friend the Wolf, who is African-American, black, he got, by mistake, a KKK group from West Virginia sending them their monthly publication called The Thunderbolt of Justice. Accidentally sending a black guy there. Anyway. All right, I'm going to end this thing here, and then we can go over to the Discord.
And by the way, shout out to black people.
Yeah.
Right, Tom?
Yeah, word to your mother. And peace, love, and soul.
We love black people here at the Tom Gully Show. The Uncle Buck Show, not so much. I don't know if the Wolf knows this, but the guys restreaming Tom's stream right now are actually Nazi racists, and so You might want to look into that. I don't know, but we love black people here, and thank you to all the contributions that black people have made to society. We could not have had America without you. We built America off the labor, the sweat.
George Washington Carver.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He invented peanuts, right?
Yeah.
So
Sort of.
the comic strip, Charlie Brown and the Gang, Snoopy, Woodstock, all of them.
Yeah.
Peppermint Patty.
Pigpen.
So anyway, we love black people, and thank you so much for everybody on all streams right now. All of the different Dabbleverse streams that are stealing from Tom Gully right now.
Yes.
That are listening.
Well, there's
Thank
already,
you so much.
dude, there's already a clip from this show that's on YouTube. From the show we're doing right now. Already been clipped. And don't get me started on the people that make these clip shows. And their huge amount of creativity.
Well, oh man, but the streamers couldn't exist without the clippers, Tom.
Right. You've heard that one too, haven't you? Yeah, I bet you have. Without them, where would we be, Jesse? Where would the likes of us be? And me writing this whole show and doing the research and all that other stuff. Where would we be without the people that record our material and repurpose it without our benefit?
I've said a million times, I love clippers. I love clips. I allow people to fully re-archive my show on YouTube. You can steal the entire thing and upload it to your own channel. You can monetize it. I don't care at all.
Right.
But it is really, really, really funny when a clipper gets mad that like a guy says you don't get to use my clips anymore. It's like that you don't create anything, man. You're a clipper. you exist on the whim of the people you clip. You're not a real
Pretty
person.
much. And I haven't ever struck anybody for using my stuff, but I do from time to time get those, and I know you get them too. Those things that go, hey, somebody's just used 97.5% of one of your shows. And you're like,
yeah, I get it all.
Yeah. And you're like, should I, shouldn't I? What the hell? In fact, recently, well, now you sometime, and I'm not counting this as clipping, but if you make an appearance on my show, you'll repost that show with you on it.
Well, I believe that and this is very serious. So please, anyone hearing my voice right now, pay attention to this. I truly do believe that anything I appear on becomes my intellectual property. It's my show. Once I'm on your show, I'm probably the most entertaining thing happening on it, and thus it is now my show. You're now Pod Awful. So the Tom Gully show right now is Pod Awful.
Right.
The Uncle Bout stream, thus, is also Pod Awful. I do copyright own your stream as long as I'm on it. That's how I've always functioned. H2BH the show. Happy to be here. Thank you so much.
And by the way,
but I think everybody who's allowed me to enter your home and heard my voice, even if we were at odds.
It's just a little demoralizing when you appear on my show. And we always do these like marathon, ridiculous length shows anyway. And then you repost it, which I'm not going to do anything about. I think that's fine. The only insulting thing about it is that your repost will get 3 times the amount of views that my show gets, which at a certain point I'm like, well, no, that's actually good for me. It's not, I've got all of the amount of views I need and all the things I just need like 100 subscribers so I can do the pre-roll advertising.
Although I think that's bullshit too, though. So the last time I was on, I waited like a week and a half or 2 weeks to repost it. I didn't repost the right way, but I promise you, Tom, I won't repost your stream here to my channel. I will instead rip the Uncle Jack one and post that to my channel. But I will zoom in on it and thus out of it. So it will be your stream through his stream without him in it.
Whatever you want, man. Whatever
I assume he's barely talking, so it won't even be noticeable. I don't think anyone will know that.
If he talks, first you got a Philadelphia accent, so he's not going to be able to say water or a number of other words, and then 60% of a tongue, it gets even worse. So anyway. All right, man. Well, I'll see you in 15 minutes over in that place.
Okay. Well, I might actually go hang out with the Uncle Buck crowd now.
Oh, you should, and you should have them send you the link and all that other stuff. They probably will.
I'm actually going to go make a guest appearance on that show.
You should.
So
you should,
because otherwise there's streets over.
And then say terrible things about me.
I wouldn't say anything I haven't said right here, straight to your face, Tom.
Well, I mean, you don't have to go that far. You know. Anyway. All right. We'll see you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was our good friend Jesse P.S. from Pot Awful. And it's weird to me how all of these people from all these various shows have me on the show. I'm friends with these people, blah, 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 blah. A certain show, and the people on it I don't get along with, and suddenly there's a problem. Suddenly. Let's see, TMZ Live, been on it. I could go down the list. It's not worth it. They're never going to learn. I appreciate everybody who showed up today for the program. Those of you who follow the program and enjoy it, thank you for being here. We're always going to do the stuff that, you like and all that. I'd super like to thank Metal Maiden Vicky, not only for being on with us and talking with us, and of course she'll be on as a very special guest star coming up here in the next few weeks. Thank you for your kind donations. Thank you, DC the Gentleman, and Go Utes. Thank you, Chris, whoever that is, for the $2 Canadian. Thank you, Ty Fromberg, who's wondering if this is where I would go to die, since I am a radio nobody, and I don't know. We'll see. It could happen. And Dennis, thank you for the combined $4. Appreciate that. So yes, thank you, all of you people. And thank you for watching the show tonight. Let's see here. InfoWars is a great show as always. Hey, same to you, right back at you. I'm looking at that old clock on the wall, and it says that, like the Reverend Al Green, it's time for me to get up on out of here. You cannot stay here, but you don't have to go home, like they say on the Blues Brothers. And I guess the only thing left to say is, till next time, we'll see you next time. I